these reasons around.
No, I'm just
He's like,
asking. Of
why am
course,
I
I'm
not
not.
immune to everything? What the
No,
fuck?
I'm asking because I'm not one of those. I'm not pulling a Watson saying it. Watson be full of that. I'm just saying. Didn't Cynthia cast something? If she didn't, then okay, time to roll. My next
Not to be
Sunday.
immune to ability damage.
Huh?
Not to be immune to ability
Ability drain. Okay, no problem.
damage.
Okay.
Drain.
What's the DC?
Yes, damage.
Do I get to know the DC or no?
No.
Hmm?
No.
Okay. Just opening my character sheet. 1 second. Plus. Do I get a +1 to saving throws from Heavenly Feast? What that shit's called?
From what?
What's that food we always eat that gives us +1 and no fear?
Oh, that's a bonus to. I think that gives a bonus to one save.
Oh well, okay.
Yeah.
1, 2. Probably failed that. Anybody want to help me out?
You roll 3.
Mm-hmm. And
You don't need no help. You're fine.
4. Oh, I need help. I need help. I need help. Pichardo, do the reroll.
What's the damage again? Strength damage?
I don't think I'm close enough to you.
Strength damage. Wait, Lewis, hold on. Maybe I need to roll an action point.
Just take the strength damage, man. That's
That's
easy.
what I'm saying. It's not even that. It's not going to affect your damage.
Level 1 spell to like heal that shit up.
Like, you're good. You'll be okay. Unless you're like, you know, about to
He's
lose more
like,
HP that
somebody
you can't.
help my
You still gonna be doing mad damage even with
I'm
minus.
saying, like, you knock
All right,
balls
no
down.
problem.
Why
No
would you
problem.
try
See,
to
I'm not
help?
metagaming. I'm thinking, oh, my strength help.
It's
Jesus.
not metagaming. It's for real.
That is
Like,
metagaming.
What's your
if
strength right now?
if
Like
you
plus
could
minus?
describe it as your muscles getting smaller, I
I
would
thought
just
it
be
was
like,
higher.
okay,
21, temporary.
Exactly.
you're like One
21.
Punch Man, man.
That means,
Okay,
that means you got sat down to your normal strength.
be real. You think
Man.
Batman would be like, let me jump in the way of the strength draining ray that's about to hit Superman? No. You'd be like, yo, the suit's super good. Like, take it. You don't need the strength.
I'm breaking that thing next attack. I ain't gonna be dealing with unholy or bullshit.
Help me.
He straps it down by 6. You have 15 strength. You have -2 to your attack and damage.
Yeah.
Minus a whole 3 to attack and damage. What we need to do is make sure defensive is 0. But,
Right. Instead of heading for 80 damage, it's 77 damage.
right. We're not gonna cast like fucking reality altering spells.
Yeah,
Just to
out of
see.
losing 3
Although the
damage.
attack penalty is a hurt. That is
True,
true.
but would you alter all reality in order to
Just to stop -3, not
yeah,
really.
come on. I would say that shit.
All right,
It's like,
Lewis,
oh
next
my
war
god, you
activates. I make sure holy
Because
war
if
is
you
on.
cure it right now, and then it happens again, then you find
I
yourself
just
using it
right.
twice. So might as well
Might as well
finish
wait
the
for
fight.
the time.
And,
Yeah, man. Just at the end of the fight.
Lewis, next war activates.
oh, sign back in.
Well, it's already on. There should be no summon creatures flopping on me like that.
It's like healing in the middle of battle. It's like, okay, you heal someone, you wasted a turn to heal someone, then they'll get smacked for more.
All right, Louis, you're all right. We got it. Who's goes?
we got it. You just gotta not roll fucking ones, nigga.
Oh, it's the Morgan.
Not my fault. The dice roller decides that, my nigga. It's not like I'm rolling the dice over here.
We see you pass on a 3, so.
No,
Yeah, I know.
The 3 failed.
Yeah.
15.
You pass on the 3, got to roll that 1.
Yeah, that's because the game was like, Lewis was like, please, game.
Oh, they got that. They ain't using it. No point using that. Oh, they had that? Oh, what the fuck are they doing? What's the speed? So the morgues, they stop. The more, okay, so the Yvonne morgues that are surrounding you, right? You believe them.
Here we go.
Suddenly they start to, their movements start to become more limber.
Uh-huh.
And instead of standing there like flailing their tongues, tendrils all around, the intestines, you know, try and like slap you around and hopefully paralyze you. They actually start like zigzagging around the room, and once they reach you, they'll flail. They try to flail you with the tongue before moving back out of your reach.
What is
So
that?
they're moving.
What is that? Combat
Are
reflex?
they actually moving, or is it
They're
like
spring
just
attacking.
mimic
Spring attack, man.
Yeah, spring attack.
All
I
right,
knew it
so
Now, yeah,
they're not moving past me, are they? Because that's where the difficult terrain would come from.
Yeah, nigga, difficult terrain.
oh yeah, well they began their turn. 3 of them began their turn in your threatened space, so like
They can move out.
if they would have moved back and moved through your spaces, it would count.
Right. So it wouldn't. So they would have the movement.
Why about need drama do something? This bitch has been sitting here with her little feathers for mad long.
She did do something. She killed this one down, or she damaged this one.
Nigga, I killed that one. She damaged
Well, she damaged it, is what I said.
How much damage she did?
I don't
Let me scroll
remember.
back up. How much
Like
damage?
50 something damage.
That is nothing.
50 damage is nothing compared to you.
Yeah, but y'all, mind your business, son. Mind your business. You deal with your little bug people over here that's mutilating you right now. Them niggas is dancing on him.
Yeah, because I had to focus on all the ones that was on top of you guys first. Now I got to focus on myself.
Well, I'm saying, we got Zyno.
What's sign on that?
Right there. I said he got schoolwork or some shit.
Yeah, you see, can't make it.
Again, she killed him.
It's starting to feel like the early chapters. As I'm on the 19th video, and I've realized that Antonio was missing a lot of sessions in the beginning. It was weird because he kept showing up to the ones where he was dead, and then it was like after he got res, like he wasn't there like half the time. Like, wait, what? What sense does that make? How are you there when your character's dead, but then you're not when he fucking comes back? Okay, you must move at least 5 feet both before and after.
Yeah, so who's attacking who? So we know.
Okay. So. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Alright. Roll their attacks.
Niggas is splitting up on us, son. With Valena, back-to-back fighting.
shit cut out on. Woo! Damn. Why does everybody want to fucking hit Valena?
Yeah, because I have high AC. I'm sure they wanted to hit me too.
No, for him, I got a 2019-19. For you, I got the fucking bullshit rolls.
No,
Alright, clearly all these three fucking missed.
Mez was like, get this shit out of here. That's what I'm trying to do.
You gotta make 342 saves.
With the label?
Yeah.
Wait, if they attack you or you hit them, is it both?
It's if they hit you, that fucking nasty tongue shit that's coming out their mouth, they gotta touch, they gotta attack you, they gotta touch you with that.
But you didn't touch me, Lou, so how the hell did you?
Huh?
How the hell did you make me roll if you didn't touch me?
No, the fortitude was when you were hitting them.
Oh, so yeah, so it's attack when you attack and if you hit, right? If you touch them at any time.
Well, if their tongue hits you, there's a chance you get paralyzed. If
Okay,
now they got an unholy aura around them too, and if the good character hits them, they got to roll fortitude or take strength.
Now I understand. I thought it was just like some weird
28 and a 26. Actually, add one. No. That's why they call fortune.
Alright, you passed. That was 1, 2, 6. This leaves what? These two. It's there. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15. That should go all the way down there. Why the fuck? That's why. You gotta fucking draw this shit. That's 2. 1 down. 2 across, 2 down. Oh, 2 across.
Yeah. So yeah, the ones that moved just now, did they move into the light area for celestial brilliance? Before, some of them had cover in their position that they had before.
Alright, that's the thing. I don't know if they have to end. Turn in it or just go through it. Each round there. guess if they ever touch it. Alright, where was she? There? Trying to think. I don't think the way they moved. No, they didn't move into the light. They didn't move into any of these squares. So like these three, they moved around up here and made their attacks. Moved up. These three
sound like smog.
attacked around here and moved down. This one's still. This one hasn't gone yet. Each round, who's turn?
Come, don't be shy. Step into the light.
Close. No, no, I'm not. Got in it. Not even that one in the far back because he's not within the bright light. He's within the dim light. So this one.
And you remember that it's double, right?
The light radius is double.
Yeah, the light radius is double because I used a sunflower of lavender to cast a spell.
Alright, roll a d6.
It's not. It's more than 1d6.
For undead?
It's 2d6.
No, it's 1d6. It's 2d6 if they're vulnerable to sunlight.
Oh, okay.
Like a vampire. I forgot to heal them all 9 points of
Yo, Watson. Yo, I'm got to show you this. Good. Check your Instagram.
What'd you get?
Shit.
This one summons a cloud of poisonous, killing gas. Everybody's immune to poison. So the only thing this cloud is doing is obscuring your sight. Yeah, like a fog cloud. So basically, anything past 5 feet, it's got total concealment. So y'all can see shit. You see green, nasty, billowing, poisonous vapor.
And it's that green area right there, right?
That green area. I mean, yeah, from what your character is.
Was that solid cloud?
Cloud kill.
Oh.
This one's the same thing. That was 1, it was 2, 1, 2, 3 attacked, 1, 2, 3 attacked. Okay, so yeah. Their turn is done. Claudius. What does he do? All you see is way down in the distance. You're way back there. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're starting your turn inside the.
I take damage. I thought I take damage if I stay there at the end of my turn.
No, I'm checking.
Because I took damage last round already.
No, you'll take damage if they. You take damage on their turn if they end their space. But I think. Yeah, you gotta roll Fortitude for the nausea.
I did. Is this a news check?
You were in the swarm last turn, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you're if you're inside of a swarm square on the beginning of your turn, you gotta roll Fortitude.
Okay.
So this is the second. This is your turn. You're still inside of a swarm square.
Yeah. Also, I roll again. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what my Fortitude is again. Plus 14.
Yeah, you passed. You're good.
All right. So I'm gonna shoot an intensified lightning bolt. That counts as an area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna use the wand to intensify the regular lightning bolt that he has.
You have an ability to meta magic spells in a wand?
What? No, it's a wand. It's a rod that he has. He has a lesser meta magic rod of intensified spell.
Yeah, that works on spells you cast, not from wands or scrolls.
I'm casting a spell. I'm casting lightning bolt.
Oh, you're casting. Oh, I heard you say wand. I thought you said. You said rod. Oh,
No,
okay.
I meant to say rod. Yeah. He's casting a spell. He's using the rod of lesser meta magic of intensified spell.
Now I got it. Okay. I was confused for a second. I was like, wand. Alright, so Claudius is rod of intensified spell. Lightning bolts from spell list. You keeping it or
Huh?
are you spending it or keeping it with an action point?
No, I'm not keeping it.
Roll. No, not 10. 15d6, right? Yeah. Intensify spell boosts it up by 5, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, and it should be 15d6. 63, and they take half of that, and even if they pass the fucking save, they. Alright. You're zapping all these centipedes.
Yeah, I'm zapping all of them.
It's Claudius' turn.
The exterminator.
Well, Claudius freaking backs up out. Yeah, Claudius turns with all these centipedes crawling all over him. He takes out his rod, calls forth its powers, as his other hand summons fucking lightning from it. And then you see like the lightning. You see this powerful fucking crack. You just see lightning crackling all around him, and like it's also focused into his hand, and then it flares after he uses the wand even brighter, and then he lets it loose. Practically almost all three of the fucking swarms filled with thousands of fucking centipedes all burnt to a crisp.
And unintentionally opens a wormhole and a Taylor Tenari.
So yeah, from your end, you guys know there's a flash and crack of lightning.
Oh, well, I am going to be opening wormholes.
But once you cast Geek, wait, Claudius, before this campaign is over, Claudius is going to be like, you know what, Lewis? Geek.
Alright, so Claudius is done.
So they themselves says let's take the ones to the south first. So I'll go to where I last remember them before the clouds, for the cloud kill, fill the entire area. You take the ones to the south and you leave the top that's in view to the casters in the back.
What about this altar? Do you not want to take care of this first? Or we'll go to the south?
Yeah, we'll use their own cloud kill against them. You take the ones in the south, the ones up top can't see us because the cloud kill will find its cover.
All right, then.
The drama maintain their position. That way you can keep the casters in the back safe from those that are up north. 5, 10, 15, 20. There. No attack opportunity because, well, that cover, concealment. Hey, where'd that one go?
Hold up.
Wow, son.
No, hold on.
That nigga teleported as an
There you go.
as an immediate action, son. Oh, okay.
That nigga said expedition retreats, and he said, "I'm out of here."
I meant to hide the other ones.
Otherwise, nigga, hold on, let me log on to the motherfucking Twitch.
Get the fuck out of here, you cheating ass.
I'm chilling.
They're not disappearing. They all have total concealment, so I gotta make it look like they're invisible.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You know,
The ones that haven't moved, gotcha.
Now, since you moved adjacent to that one, you were able to see it. It still got concealment, but you could see it.
Nigga, that's why I gotta jump with you, Shay. You act like I don't know anything.
So he left. So he was Metsu.
You can true scene all you want. That shit don't work on fucking clouds.
So I moved down there.
You didn't know that?
Go look it up, Louis. That's sweet.
you need X-ray vision for
You
that.
need X-ray vision for that shit.
Well, X-ray vision.
There's a spell.
It's in one of these
So he says to Metsu, I found one at my location. After he moves down there, I move, and then I'll take my standard. Louis, what
X-ray vision.
what numbers do I have available to me?
Let me see. You are confirmed with the subjectivity of seeing all things as actually are. The subject sees through normal. Lewis sees through normal and magical darkness. Notice secret doors. Let's see.
I'm going to.
He's trying.
I'm going to hit them more with
location of creatures or objects under blur or displacement effects. Sees invisibility creatures or objects normally. Sees through illusions. Sees through polymorph, change, transmute things further. The subject can focus his vision to see into the ethereal plane.
Smash on that one.
True seeing is 120 feet. True seeing, however, does not penetrate solid objects.
And I rolled 13.
Interaction, shield bash.
It confers X-ray vision or its equivalent. It does not negate concealment, including those caused by fog.
13.
Fog, concealment doesn't mean it says it right there.
Shut up.
Oh, come on, man.
35?
When you want me to work on your jar, so I can put X-ray vision.
Oh god, that's what I should have X-ray vision.
Thank you, true to be called out.
25.
Very right.
Where did 10 come from?
I'm looking at my base attack, which is plus 17.
I'm looking at your shield spike attack bonus.
Yeah, my shield spike is a plus 5 weapon.
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, then it's 28.
28.
28, what did you roll?
28 plus 13.
You rolled a 20?
No, 28 plus 13.
I'm like, wait, right?
It says plus 28
okay,
total,
yeah, you
right?
hit roll damage. Roll damage and he takes -4 against. If he attacks anybody else.
After that, I'm done. That was my move and my standard saving myself. Oh, Louis, as part of my move action, can I take out my other shield, hold it in my other hand? It's part of my move. It won't be strapped on, obviously, but I can take it out, right?
You mean just holding it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What other shield?
I have two shields.
Oh, you had 2 shields.
I have
Shield of Vigor
I have
and
Cauldron's Wall, and then I have Kensu's shield. Those are two separate shields.
oh, you had 2 shields this whole time.
There's a lot of things you don't know about my character, it seems.
How's he carrying 2 shields? He just has one strap.
He has one strapped on his arm already. That's the Cauldron's Wall. I'm about to start fighting with 2 shields. This is your first time noticing? You really don't care about my character. It's alright. Tanks don't get no love. You roll this damage. Shield bash.
No, I don't even see why. You don't even see what I'm fighting.
I won't be fighting with both shields, obviously.
So
I'll be shield bashing with one and using the other one as just a regular shield. Just having 2 shields.
So Cauldron's, because I've never seen you do this. This is the first time.
I know, but I've always had 2 shields. But it's the final battle, so why not?
Yeah, because you went in and got a separate one and pumped the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
You overshadowed the other one. I thought that shit was gone.
No, I still have it.
This guy.
Because that is my actual, night set. You may have forgotten about it, but I did.
That's what I thought you originally did, was I thought you enhanced the night set.
Mm-mm. The night set is original. I'm not touching that. That's Kensu's. But this shield, Cauldron's Wall, the Cauldron's Wall and my armor, that's mine.
So which one's the weapon?
The weapon is Cauldron's Wall.
And the other one's okay.
The one I shield bash with, that was Cauldron's Wall. That's the one I always have on.
They're both +2 shields, so the AC doesn't change.
They got +5 right now.
Right. They're
They might
+5.
on more.
No, I meant defense wise.
Yeah, they're no one +2 probably, but
You're gonna have to find. You have to find a way to strap it.
Right.
It's a heavy shield.
I'll have to strap on my. Can I just do that with a full round action or a standard action? Strap it on myself?
Yeah, but your other hand ain't free. Because the other one, you got that whole fucking thing strapped and locked in.
True.
So you can't use your left hand to help strap the other one.
I would need help to strap one.
Right. You need a squire, motherfucker.
I need Cynthia to come home.
You either need that or you need to
Anyway, let me roll this goddamn shield bash damage. It's 1d6, right?
I think there's I could have swore there was.
No, wait a second. When I call my shield, when I call Cauldron's Wall, it comes on my arm automatically, right? I don't have to strap that on, right?
Called.
Because then, if that's the case, I could use 2 hands to put one on and call the other one.
It appears in the proper arm.
Right. So there you go.
All right.
So I can drop that one and then strap on this one next round, of course. I rolled my shield back.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll have to strap. You'll have to keep Ken Shoes on strap and have this free to call, equip, blast, Cauldron Gold.
Because I figure if we could throw it, I could throw it off my arm as a standard action, and I could just strap this one on, next go, and then call that one back. Now both shields on. But I rolled 3 for my shield bash damage. That's 3 plus 5, that's 8. Plus 3 from strength.
So 11 damage. Back at 175. Dinos. Dino moves here. If I put Dino moves there, does he have line of sight? He does. Yeah, he has line of sight. He's got improved precise shot. He doesn't have a. You're an idiot there. So much you can miss. Insane. Stupid. I don't know the Xynos probably. Full attack. He's always made conservative with his touching.
Conservative with what? Bullets? Not like
With his
400.
with his deadly aim.
Deadly aim, is that like power attack?
Yeah.
Man, he does range touch attack. I want
That's
to
what I'm
do
saying. He's always made conservative with it. Like he's always going like, oh, I'll do 4, I'll do 3. Me, if I was a gunslinger, I'd be like, yo, let me get 8 on that shit.
I know Lewis takes it easy on him. Lewis be like, yeah, it's okay, do whatever you want. I want to take your character anyway.
Man, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna have him do 8 because he's got
Watson or me playing that gunslinger. They're gonna be doing more damage.
2. He's got a plus 30. So no, plus 28. Because I'm gonna have him rapid shot.
First of all, I think that feat is too powerful for a gunslinger. Shouldn't even be allowed with that range. See, at least for an archer, it's pretty hard to hit.
They did a lot of playtesting gunslinger, and a lot of people. One of the first things they were saying was, we're not putting out enough damage. We would if we had deadly aim.
Nah, that's right.
So why don't you have it where deadly aim?
That was always like the main thing.
They were like, why don't you have it where deadly aim also works with firearms? So then when they did the round 2 playtest for gunslingers, they were like, all right, we'll do.
I don't know. You made firearms more powerful than a melee. Melee, they do more damage, but guess what? You got a melee.
Honestly, he's only capable of doing what he's doing is because he has an advanced firearm. It's basically a fucking artifact. So that's the only reason he's pulling this off.
No. Even for like an archer,
an actual a
fucking powerful. In 3.5, you needed a prestige class. I think it was like the Peerless Archer.
If he was actually using a blunderbuss or a musket, he would have to be a lot closer to his enemy, and he wouldn't be dealing this much. He wouldn't be doing this easily. It'd be a lot harder to pull up.
You got hand pistols with like even that thing he has, that pepper box. It shoots 6 bullets.
His pepper box has a 20 foot. It only has it's only touch attack up to like 20 feet. You know how close he has to be just for it to be a touch attack? He has to use a bunch of grit points to fucking increase the range just for it to go farther than that. That's a lot of grit. Yeah, no. A gunslinger using just early firearms is actually pretty well balanced. It's when you start using the advanced firearms and if you're running a quest where there's fucking advanced technology, laser rifles and shit like that, then that shit becomes really fucking cheap. It will overshadow some other.
If Dino was Watson on my character, we'll be one-shotting everything right now.
But,
I mean, I don't want to spill the beans, but LOL, honestly, the damage that he's doing, I would have to say LOL would not be that far behind. But he uses the way I do it with him is he uses 2 guns. He uses 2 pistols. And there's a feat that you can take where you can. The drawback of using 2 weapons is that you have to the reload on it sucks. Like you have to find a way to reload.
Yeah,
but there's a feat that you can get where it's called gun juggling, where you could you basically juggle your guns and reload them so that you can keep shooting and keep doing damage.
Yeah.
The drawback though is that in order for me to do this kind of damage, to do a touch attack, I would have to have LOL be within 40 feet of his target.
I was saying you get
You know
far
what I
shot. I think
mean?
far
Like,
shot would help with the
right. So
range.
far shot would
Things
extend
that
it, but
increase
still, it wouldn't be at the range he's
I was
doing
saying
it
anything
at.
that increases your range increment will help a gunslinger a lot.
Right.
Because
But
it's
like
only
even
with
then,
early firearms, it's only the first increment. It's a touch attack. Anything after that first increment, it's a regular attack.
right. So, but even then, I won't be able to do the kind of damage he's doing it from the range he's doing. I would still have
Yeah,
to
I
be
would say he
within. I
has
would
an
still have to be within
advanced
40
firearm. He
feet.
has an actual fucking rifle, like a 19th,
To
20th
do his
century. He has a
kind of
20th century
damage,
fucking
to do his
rifle
kind of damage, I
kind of
would need
shit, but
2 guns, a shit ton of feet, and I still gotta be
or
within 40
19th
feet.
century rifle. Fucking yeah, that's what I meant. A 19th
So
century fucking rifle.
his gunslinger is like
The advanced
pretty
firearms
OP.
have advanced firearms is the first 5 range increments. So if the range increment says 20 feet, it means within 100 feet is a fucking touch attack.
Right. So
But
he's from mad far away to do all that.
I prefer early firearms. The only reason he has an advanced one is 2 reasons. One, he was the first gunslinger I was DMing. 2, he was a new player. I said fuck it, I'll let him have it. But then when I realized, I was like, yeah, advanced firearms don't really belong in the fucking realms. I made a story out. I centered a story around it, making it special. It's a fucking relic and all this other shit. So yeah, but I prefer if I was running I prefer early firearms because I find that more balanced than having gunslingers run around with side by side with fucking archers and they got advanced fucking firearms. They'll eventually outshine the fucking the archers.
Hell yeah. Archers don't get range touch attack.
No, no, they don't.
They got a whole
I mean, they're still cheesy as fuck.
They are. Well, yeah.
But yeah, no, the fact that they're not making touch attacks is
Honestly, I think I can make an all fighter archer that could rival a gunslinger.
There's feats for that.
I think I could do
Oh,
that.
you mean an archer gun fighter? Oh, I thought you meant like an amateur gunslinger fighter or something.
No, I mean like straight up just all fighter archer. I think
Oh yeah, man. You get all the freaking archer feats.
the magical items.
Oh well, you get a lot more feats to fucking. You'll be a lot more versatile of an archer than the gunslinger would be.
Right.
Fucking gunslinger.
I could do I'm looking at Kane. That Kane could do.
Weapon supremacy.
If I had the feat choices a fighter had, shit, I'd be OP. This shit I could do with the stamina system. Can you imagine?
So he could always carry more bows than he would a fucking firearm. He just disarm or range under his shit. Like
Destroy. I'll be on some Hanzo shit. Because there's more support for archers than there are for gunslingers as far as material is concerned.
some of the range feats gunslingers can use, but there are some feats that are like bow only.
Right.
Yeah.
You do shit like penetrating shot with King. But basically I turn my normal shot into AoE. An AoE Pachardo. And I'm an archer. It's not magic, nigga. It's normal shit. It's a skill. It's
Oh, penetrating shot?
Yeah.
It's for any range character, I think.
No, you can't do that with bullets. No way. No way, dude. That
Isn't
wouldn't
that
even
the
make
one
any
that goes
sense.
through? Isn't that the one that goes through someone's like torso and then you can hit people behind them with that?
Yeah, it's basically what you do. You do the same.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
I told you it wouldn't make any sense, bro. It's like basically.
Wait, are firearms considered projectile weapons? They are, aren't they?
Huh? I don't know.
They are.
There's no way that feat works with guns. It doesn't. It can't.
Yeah, it is a projectile weapon.
Explain to me how that feat
When you
works.
make a ranged attack with a projectile weapon, you're trying to tell me a bullet can't go through more than one person. Get out of here.
Yeah, but it's like an AoE. It's doing the same damage.
When you make a ranged touch attack with a projectile weapon, you can choose to unleash a single mighty attack that blasts through multiple opponents. Oh, a firearm could do that. Get out of here. Arrow could do it. Firearm could pull that off. It's saying crossbows count too. It's saying slings count also.
Damn.
A slave.
Sling?
All right, if a snake could do it, a bullet could do
If a
it.
snake could do it.
I'm telling you, there's some infamous shit right here.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Slingshot?
I
What?
mean,
Do it, a bullet could do it.
it's a fantasy game. They want you to pull off some
Gotta have
anime
30
heroic
strikes
shit.
to do
So
that
if
shit,
you're
man.
gonna, they want you eventually. But by the time you're level 20, they want you doing Herculean type shit. So
Yeah, but the thing is, King can take
With a
one.
slingshot,
King can
man,
take
you
one
gotta have
holy
30
arrow,
strikes.
one holy arrow, and shoot that shit and hit everybody in the line with that damage.
this attack is a standard action, and your shot. It takes the form of a 60-foot line. So it's a
Mhm.
5 foot. It's like a 5. It's like shooting a lightning bolt. A lightning bolt is what?
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
And like I
60
said, it turns
feet.
your shot to an AOE. And it's
Yeah,
Make a separate attack roll against each
I remember.
creature in the line, and if struck, the creatures take damage from your shot. So any extra damage
right
is only applied to
to
the
the
first
first.
creature
Right.
struck.
So precision damage.
It's a like if you have a flaming arrow or sneak attack, like it's
Mhm.
only gonna count for the first guy, but for every
Yeah, but if
Right.
you're a
So as long
fighter,
as your base damage is really high,
wait, but if
you can do
you're
that
a
with a
fighter,
fighter.
you're
it's
a
a
fighter,
fighter
your weapon.
feat.
That's what I'm telling you, Lewis.
Do you know what the combat trick to that would be?
Please,
Yeah.
let's go to the stamina system using this feat and see what happens.
If stamina system, what I would give it is
Wait,
I would have it where you use stamina and your extra damage would count towards it.
hold on a second. Wait. It's
If you got a flaming burst, holy bow.
It all goes through
Wait.
everybody.
Wait, it's only precision damage that doesn't count, but like bonus damage, like from your strength, and let's say like
Yeah,
from
that's your base damage. That all counts.
That's your base.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's saying
Yeah.
extra damage, such as from sneak attack or flaming weapon.
Right.
So like
It's
if
only
it's
precision, right.
it's
But let's say like a fighter, like weapon specialization, weapon mastery, which is +2 to damage, another +2 to damage, all that counts.
oh
All
yeah,
that
that would
extra
count too. Yeah.
Yeah.
that will count. The strength
Power.
damage
Like if you want to do what's that the range version of power attack? What's that called again?
The stamina system.
yeah, well,
That shit
I'm
on
gonna use stamina to have this count for all fucking.
That's what I'm saying, son. I
Power
think a
attack
range. I think I can make a fighter same level as a.
I don't know how many
gunslinger.
points I would use it. Either
no,
3 or 4.
fighter. No,
I don't know how much
damage
stamina
though.
I would have would use. I might have to use 3 stamina.
No joke though, Watson. Non-magical, a fighter will make a great archer. The only bad thing about the fighter is that they lack skill points. They don't have the eyesight, to get spot. They don't got the skill that a ranger or those type of characters would have. But as far as like straight up, just
You don't need that.
damage.
They don't need that. There's a fight.
items.
No, there's a fighter advanced weapon training where it counts your base attack to fucking certain skills like perception.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know that.
You forgot about that?
You see those advanced books, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
If you do advanced, if you get advanced weapon training, trade it out for fucking trade one of the advanced weapon trainings out for I forgot what it was called, but it was like you pick 2 skills, and those 2 skills they use your base attack to count as your ranks.
Yo, if I remake Tusk, man, I think I can finally. This is why I like Pathfinder. Because like it lets you do the things, it gives you like the options that you want without being overpowered.
Well, Matt, I kind of did that like with Darius because I always consider him a smart warrior.
Right.
He has an intelligence of 14 plus, and I was able to do that. I made him a straight fighter like he always been, and I gave him the Lord Warden archetype. That's like a smart like a tactician type warrior.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Basically, that gives you even extra skill points too. So Darius, he gets 4 skill points plus his intelligence per level now, as well.
Nice, man.
Yeah, that's like I'm like, whoa, this is like the perfect archetype for this guy. I think some of those skill points though, I have to put like in knowledge. I give him like a few knowledge as well. Yo, but Pathfinder does make your fighter like more customizable, like more
penetrating shots, man.
Bro, it never made no sense, even in 3.5. Fighters are trained to be soldiers. They're trained to be, a lot of different kind of specialty. Yet, hold on a second, you're in guard duty. You've been, when you're guarding a tower, you've been on guard for like 3 or 4 years as a fighter. Yet, you don't got spot as a freaking class skill. Are you kidding me? I never understood why
got no perception.
No perception, even though warriors are known to being like guards, but you got no perception. Are you kidding me? I mean, I understand wizards. They don't got spot. They don't got none of that crap. You know, they're studious bookworms. You know, and I don't even care because they can make up for it with magic. But a warrior fighter, they got shafted. Barbarians got spot. So do rangers. Everything in melee. You know. Heck, even paladins. Like I understand why they might not get it. You know, they're your elite. You know, warriors. They usually wouldn't be doing regular guard duty. They're knights for the most part.
Crit on the last one, right? Yeah, he crit. So he hit with 4 of his attacks, and 1 was crit.
Those are the 2 classes I want to play though: fighter or paladin. I haven't played those 2.
I wish you could stay the same, but I'm sticking with either my alchemist or my summoner. Depending on what campaign we playing. If we playing Ravenloft, I'm playing my
But that's good synergy though, because I'm gonna be playing melee. And you're gonna be playing, you know, the spellcaster, so that'll work.
Mm-hmm. And both of those classes are really weird spellcasters, like completely off the wall. Like they're completely like new, not traditional.
I like summoner. Summoner looks really good. Summoner looks cool.
Especially alchemist. Alchemist is such a weird spellcaster class.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't really get spells. They just get a bunch of potions.
Yeah,
they get extracts, you know.
If he had hit with the 1 bullet, he'd have killed it. He'd have 1-shot of this shit.
171.
Not 1-shot it. He would have 1 full attack this shit.
Damn.
Did he use any grit? Because he keeps getting that shit back. Because he's critting.
He's so conservative with grits. He never uses
I
grits.
took -6 from his deadly aim on top of that.
Dang.
So he likes to go 3, 4. I was like, let me go 6. He hit with 4. He missed with 1. He had that 1, and that thing would have been dead.
Damn,
So you guys clearly hear the fucking the sign of shots ringing out. So you already know he's on top of one of them, and your character's trusts he's got that one taken care of. I think his turn is done. I just gotta mark off his 5 bullets. I'm glad this time he's got enough fucking bullets. So though, he's got over 600.
Damn, where he carries all that.
After every quest, he was always low. Like there was one quest, I can't remember which one, where he was almost completely out, and then he would have had to go. Like I think he had some cold. No. Yeah, he was almost completely out. He would have had to switch to his. He was really close to just switching to his pepper box.
That piece of shit.
Bullets at the same time.
At the same damn time.
He still deal decent damage with the pepper, but not as much as his advanced rifle. His rifle's doing everything, but he could survive with the pepper box.
If he just requested, I could have sworn there's like a cleric spell where I could summon ammunition for him.
Thanks. Cynthia.
She moves there, and as part of her move action, she takes out her wand of magic missile, the ones that she got off of those dudes that we fought over in Dragon Lair. Sorry, and she shoots it at the morgue. Which roll they use magic device roll. UMDZ. Now that I move there, does he take that old D6 damage or not? Is it on there go, right? Use magic device plus 20. 17 plus 20 37 on that UND. I believe it was. What kind of magic missile one? I know it had a feat that was attached to it. Wasn't it like
It was empowered.
empowered?
What'd you get for the UND?
I got a 37.
Yeah, you don't have a problem using that thing. So roll 5d4. Oh, using that. Yeah, he's gonna be out.
Hmm?
He's gonna be dead. Using on the one obviously Zino fucking. Yeah, she's fine.
Six, 8, 10, 16.
Concentrates on the wand. She says the command word. Her fucking little arm jerked fucking backwards. From all the magic power that shot.
Got a staff in one hand, a wand in the other side. And walking on air. Throwing mad light around her. As I'm moving my standard, I am done.
Alright, so Nijama can't see shit. She doesn't know what the enemies are. So she does what
Yes, she does.
she does.
I called out there's one near me, and I said that.
Oh, there's one near you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In that case, she flies around.
But I did tell her to stay in her position because of the
I
more.
was say you did say something like that. So what she's doing is she
Moors
flies
are
over. Yeah. So yeah, she replies. That's a good idea. She flies over here. Ready's in action.
What you do?
She flies over there, stays in front of the.
Because the Cloud Killers
She
give
stays in
them
front of Cynthia
Metsuar.
Zani. All the ranged attackers, pretty much.
Metsuar and Valedum are covered by the Cloud Killers, so the Moors are not going to target them effectively. But they can target the guys in the back who are ranged because they're not in the Cloud Killer.
Okay, Darren.
That's what is this? What are you rolling?
Save versus food.
He's like, it's your turn. What's he doing? He's
Yeah,
surrounded by poisonous fog, which is not affecting him because everybody's immune to poison.
So what happened with the monster that was right next to the lady? He killed it?
No, Valedum said it's right near him, so as soon as you get closer, you'll see it.
Alright, well, yeah,
Alright.
once the monster's adjacent to you, I'll show it up. Since your character's effectively, like, can't see shit. Like, anything past 5 feet, he's fucking blind.
Move right here. Alright, full attack. -2 for minus strength. 25.
Don't full attack.
Missed.
Wait.
Hit.
Hold on, god damn it. How many attacks was it?
That was the second attack.
No, how many are you making?
Nigga, I'm making a full attack.
Okay, just fuck. Sometimes you add a key point, sometimes you use an action point. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, put a key point to it. Yeah,
See what I'm saying? So that
This
means
is
you got
good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means you got 6 attacks then. Alright, I need to know this. Because I gotta roll mischance. I still got concealment. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I should do
1, 2, 3, 4. So we have you 1, 2 attacks. 3 attacks do not go through. So
Shit. Which one are they? Well, you ain't gotta tell me.
I said, well, your first one you can roll
Okay, so first one.
12 plus 25.
Remember minus the strength? -2, right?
Oh, so you doing a regular attack?
Well, no, I'm gonna do a trip on that, but I didn't know. So what do I put? Plus 30,
That is a trip.
35?
That's a trip. That should be 36 minus 3. 33.
37.
Should be 34.
37, though. Don't be lowering my shit. 37 minus 2.
34.
Okay. So,
Yeah, minus 3 because you used the fucking strength. The fuck? What's the CMD? I think you passed. I think you tripped.
of course.
Yeah, wait. Wow. Yeah, okay, you tripped. Right on the dot.
Well, letting them take your attack.
Right on the, it was they had 47 fucking CMD. You're lucky.
This CMD so ridiculous. Letting them take his attack
He
opportunity.
said, why is that ridiculous?
I'll take my attack and vicious stomp. Did you hit Matt or no? Well, what did Matt roll? What's his attack opportunity?
I rolled a total of 13 plus 17. It's 30 and then plus 5 because it's a plus 5 spike. So 35 total.
He rolled 35. Who did he hit?
Is it prone
Yeah,
when I'm going to make this attack opportunity?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, so then instead of 35, it's 39.
The roll damage.
Nah, just making sure. Not right now. I got plus 25 to attack, Ridley. Because of the strength.
6.
You have 6 plus what?
Oh, 6 plus 3 is
6.
9, and then plus 5.
6 plus 5 is 11.
20, 13. No, 14. Sorry. Plus 5. 14.
Takes 14 damage. First attack was a trip. So that means your regular attack is now going to be, it's normally plus 26, it's plus 23, plus 24.
Oh, he gets a plus 2 because he's flanking it with the Golden Commander stance.
26. Darn.
Roll.
Only 20 plus 26.
It's plus 26? Okay. Here we go. Rolling for my attack opportunity. That's a miss.
I actually missed.
Damn.
Vicious stomp.
Damn.
That's a hit.
Alright, Rose uses a crit. Rose uses a crit.
That's a crit.
This is a crit.
That boy
Might as well
does.
do the damage in that one first.
16 D8.
So that's 32 D8.
He's dead.
32 D8 plus 20.
No, plus 16. I lost strength, remember?
No, 30. So 32 D8 plus not 16 plus 14. Plus 14. That was more than a vicious style. That was a disintegrating style.
32 D8 plus 20, 32 D8 plus 14. Whoopie-doo.
Right.
Hold on. Let me roll a 1d6 1d10 for holy damage.
Yeah, you got the holy damage too.
1d10.
Is it 1d10?
Yeah, because he's undead and he's evil. I know what my abilities are.
Ooh.
5.
Get the fuck out of here. Holy powder, touch. It's 1d8.
You keep reading.
I don't see 1d10.
Keep reading.
It's 1d6 and 1d8 against evil undead.
You sure?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, 1d8 then. I'm sorry.
What was he like?
Nickel and diamond over here.
Look, I still
That's
did more
right.
damage. Good work.
There.
Appreciate you.
So, and that leaves you with the second attack.
I haven't made my second
The
attack yet.
second. I was saying that was all in your first attack and the 2 attacks.
I know, but is it dead, my nigga?
No, no, it's not. It's not. Your second attack. Your second attack is a miss because of the concealment. Your third attack is a miss because of the concealment.
This
Roll.
nigga right here. Here you go.
Roll.
man.
Hold on. Your second and your third.
They're custom built for Messor.
Got too many goddamn stats.
He's stupid, China, right? This nigga made the map, fog, everything to fight.
I never seen a skeleton with more than 100 HP before. You was smacked with 142 and still up. Like, oh, still up.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one's at plus 26.
Bunch of bones.
This motherfucker got a custom fucking skeleton.
That must be adamantine steel bones, man. Yo, that's not regular bones, man. Adamantine steel.
Go, plus 26.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a miss.
What is going on?
Oh my god, this is hilarious. 1, 2, 3,
These fucking dice
4.
rolls.
That one miss. Or well, your number 5 is not a 20. That's a 21.
Of course. I couldn't even see it's 6. A terrible roll.
6 plus that's a miss.
It's been a long time we don't see a flurry of misses.
Yeah, but it's
Flurry of
2,
misses.
1, 2.
The 5th attack is a miss because of the concealment, so I just leave.
Look, another 2.
It feels back like the 3.5 monk days.
Alright, so yeah, then he missed all those attacks.
This nigga's got a fucking fog of war and all kinds of shit going on over here.
You kept trying to attack him, and it kept moving around in the fog. The fog kept getting
Like
your
the
vision,
3.5
and it impaired your attacks. You couldn't fucking strike correctly. You kept hitting the pillar a few times, thinking you caught his arm or his head, but...
By the next time, cast the true strike, son. Yeah, see that for this shit.
Round 3, man.
Oh, Lou, what did I get a new
revitalization.
So it's revitalizing and what?
Bro, that's so funny. This nigga, I never seen a skeleton take almost 150 damage.
The morgues. I thought they go.
Yeah, this nigga got over 200 HP as skeleton. Like, what? Why are these things so... These niggas is healthy and they heal every round they're healing, which is even worse.
Yeah, they do heal.
Well, that's happening because we haven't taken care of that altar that's making them stronger.
I kind of did say that.
You know what I mean? Like, this fight would be a little easier if we stopped that.
I told him, but Meso don't listen, man.
I did, man. Fucking the leader of the Latham said go down.
You wanted blood. You want blood. You forget. You just hit it once and you're like, screw this.
Right, I was about to say, I didn't tell you go south until after things got to where they are now, nigga. Like, we're about to go to round 3. Like, you're supposed to destroy that in the first round.
Nigga, you was lying.
You hit that shit one time, and the rest of your attacks went to something else, nigga.
It's not Claudius goal yet, right, Louis?
Yeah, it is.
What happened to the morgues? They're not in the initiative thing no more?
Oh, they're there.
So I go?
No, it's their turn. Round 3.
I was about to say, because it says Claudius go. I know they go.
No, well, when I made them invisible, it made them invisible in the initiative order, too.
Oh.
Well, since it's their turn, Louis, and Cynthia moved up, those who are not in total concealment, are they affected by... Are they in the radius for her celestial brilliance? So,
yeah.
So 6 damage. 3.
Laying them, dies back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so like the one on the floor tries to attack this wallet.
Minus
Missed.
-4 penalty on top.
Yeah, missed. 2 of them you see coming through the, like you see 2 of them like you can see Metsuo next to you in the, you know, in the fucking, you guys can see each other in the morgue that's on the floor, but you know, thick. It's like trying to see somebody next to you, and they're still kind of blurry, and like it's hard to see because there's still a lot of strands of fog, but you know they're there, and you can make out their shape. For the other morgues, like you can hear them moving through the poisonous cloud, and you know, almost like a fucking horror show. Like 2 of them fucking came through, like right next to you guys, went to fucking attack, and then had dove back to fucking the clouds.
Well, I don't know. Wouldn't it still be affected by
They're affected by
difficult
consume
terrain?
too. Who? No, I gotta start your turn.
They have to start
They
it.
start their turn in your threatened space. But I gotta roll mischances for them first. Only 2 dove through to attack you guys. The others the others you can hear, and it seems like they're trying to find you.
Yeah, can we
and
get
you can
Dustin
hear
in
you can hear one had gone over towards where Nijama and Cynthia are at. You can hear them fighting over there. Oh well, one completely missed. Only one.
That's the one that attacked me.
No, I'm gonna attack. Roll 42. Shit ain't stupid. Shit ain't stupid. Let me try and hit the one I can't hit, or or should I go for the one I can easily hit and hope he paralyzes so I can coup de grace him right in front of Metsuwa. Can't do shit.
I don't have it, my nigga. I'll be right there. I'll put bless on him. As a free action, I'll bless him.
That one had a double move to get there, which triggered Nidrama's ready to action anyway. So
I don't even see where Nijama is on the map.
Ow, she's fucking right there.
Okay,
zoom in. God, you know you have a zoom button.
Nah, my little dice roller is in the way.
Oh.
I was like, I don't see nobody over there. What you talking about? This nigga Claudius is just chilling down the hallway.
Oh, I forgot to.
Yeah, don't we gotta roll 42 saves?
No, I've had any dramas. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to roll for also. What's this round? Oh, she's also person. She has 3, 4, and 2. She is defending the pride.
Who's getting attacked? Nijama?
Strike. Covering strike. She's using Silver Strike. No, she has no freeze. She's using so she uses Defending the Pride. Swift action, she grants allies within 60 feet plus 4 morale bonus to their AC.
Did we get some of that?
You're within 60 feet.
Nigga, ain't nobody near her listening.
Yeah, you're listening to 60.
Couldn't have did that shit.
Are.
So she uses that swift action. Wait, can she take a swift action? Well, then she did it before she ready that action. She can't take a swift action. So she had moved. So she moved there, and swift action used that to get the bonus to everybody. Then this guy came up, triggered a ready action.
So if that's the case,
it still hit you. I rolled an 18. I rolled 18 plus. Yeah, it touches you. It's still good. 20 plus. Let's see, that's a crit. She got a crit.
They're throwing on the AP.
She has stagger and critical, but since it's a 42 save, the undead's immune to it.
Oh,
yeah.
They're immune to anything required, unless it also works on objects.
that's some man's feet.
It's just stagger and critical. If you have to have a critical, you gotta roll a 42 save. Or fucking.
So we need a paladin.
Be staggered.
Paladin.
What's the DC? I think it's 10 plus a base attack.
So we need a paladin right now. Nigga would have came in like, holy defender.
How much damage did 46 plus.
Yo, what if my nigga Larla came in this room right now and was like, undead, leave.
Larla.
39 points of damage.
Nigga,
Undead.
I don't know, Claudius would have ran out of the room. Nigga, that's Larla. Let's get the fuck out.
I would not run from Larla.
Yeah, all right. That's what I was like, yo, so we out here, right? Gonna have me up and has no lich.
I ain't afraid of no lich. I'll do sunlight.
That nigga would be like counterspell.
And I'll counter him back.
Yeah, all right. If you believe in each other.
I'll quicken spell. Cast 2 spells the same round.
Yeah, you're mature if you believe it. Larlark's got magic he ain't even looked at yet. He ain't got shit he ain't even
He's got
looked at.
magic.
That nigga got books he ain't even looked at. Like, let me bring out my tier 3 book.
Tier 3?
And the morgues. Yeah. Claudius.
Alright. He's gonna move up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna move right there, and then with my senses, do I see anyone else? Or sense anyone? That shouldn't be in the room.
You got the blind sense. You can sense here. Obviously, you see this one. You can sense one here.
Man, son, OD loud in my ears.
Oh, what the
Whose phone is that?
That's me.
I thought that was Watson. I'm like, this thing not figuring that shit out.
That's your phone.
It's not me.
That's not me, nigga. Look, my shit is not ringing.
But the sound is coming from your end.
No,
It was me.
that's Machado, nigga. Look,
Oh, that was Machado? Oh.
Yeah.
Lewis always accusing the black man. You see that, Watson? They always revert back to that.
Get out of here.
That nigga just said,
Don't go to Starbucks. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that nigga said that shit so quick. It's coming from your end.
all black people's phones are loud. What are you talking about? They're loud and obnoxious. They always got rap music playing on that shit.
Yeah, son. So we boycott Starbucks.
So what I Logan, go back to sleep.
Nope.
That's fucking.
It's almost
Surprising.
12, but
I was gonna say I should have known it wasn't there. It's probably got like Kendrick Lamar blasting off the shit.
No, I just don't have my phone be on vibrate, nigga.
He just won something recently.
Damn, this chick want me to go out, but I don't
It
feel
was
like
like the
going
first rap song to be chosen for
man.
some kind of award that they always give the classical
Hi,
music, but they give it to him for his song.
Hi, Logan. Love you.
I think it's called Damn or something. Yeah.
This album, this whole album is called Damn. It's a song called Damn too.
All right, so
I think it was
one of the twins got out of his bed.
Song. Yeah.
And he's
that's over for Charlie.
I can't remember the name of the award, but they always award it to, not always, but 99% of the time they award it to like a classical music. This is the first time that they chose a.
This guy Logan calling me through freaking FaceTime. You gotta be kidding me, a 2-year-old. It's freaking crazy, man.
Yo, Lewis, I feel like this is like a D&D moment right here. Like, when the Mega Ball drops down and the players gotta fight him with a...
Oh, yeah, it's Michael, right?
Yeah.
That was distracting, man. What the hell, my 2-year-old calling me on FaceTime? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Lewis, next time, Lewis. Oh, yo, let's check your...
This time? Oh, my God. All right, he's gonna, I didn't send someone else besides the morgue, right?
It's just the morgue down, 2 morgues down here.
Yo, Watson, watch this.
And obviously the one that's next to the drama.
When the group...
I'm gonna mention this is the one behind the drama.
Lewis, when the group party's not strong enough to fight the Mega Boy, so watch this. Hold on, I gotta do it again. My bad. Here we go. Hold on. Group party's not strong enough to fight the Mega Boy.
Wow. Was that a bucket with mice in it?
Yeah, just the cat. Look, all the niggas.
And the mice can't climb out of that shit?
Look, they're all dead. Look, that nigga got like 8 in his mouth.
Why he got like 8 of them in his mouth? That's fucked up.
That nigga killed all of them shits except for one. One is hiding in the corner.
Isn't that animal abuse right there?
He got 3 in his mouth. Like, yo, what up?
It's a fucking rodent.
Not for rodents.
Yeah.
Fucking rodents, man.
Because rodents are considered
Oh, because you can buy them for food, for snakes.
Yeah, they're considered food source.
Yeah, but in that circumstance, that's not for a fucking food source. That's
hard to fight that.
That's you're torturing them with a cat.
It's hard to fight that because I have a tarantula, and the way I feed my tarantula is I pour all the crickets in them.
Yeah, but they're bugs.
No, yes.
That's
okay.
I was just thinking like, so you see what I'm saying?
No, I know. There's so many lines drawn depending on what particular living creature we're talking about.
If it's used
every time your house, you're gonna be trying killing it.
My whole thing is fucking.
We
live in a universe where everything is being consumed by something else. So,
what's eating else?
you know, I'm not gonna let a vegan fucking try to guilt trip me because I'm eating fucking lamb. So, you know, it's like.
My dinosaurs were still alive.
Because it's like, you know, this same vegan saying all that. I'm like, all right, do you stomp the roaches at your house? Aren't they living creatures? Are we gonna measure the value of a living creature depending on what kind of creature they are?
Plants are living creatures too.
Like if you're vegan for health reasons, I'm cool. But if you're vegan because you want to preach about animal cruelty and you shouldn't be eating that fucking piece of beef because the cow went through all this torture and suffering, I'm like, you shouldn't have your fucking iPhone because Chinese people are being fucking tortured and suffering. Working in lead-filled mines just to get parts for your phone for $2 a fucking day.
Well,
Come on now, like,
don't
throw that shit in my fucking face. That's some hypocritical shit right there.
You know what I find funny, Louis? And this is the funniest part. You ever notice that, like, when you go to an Asian restaurant, the niggas never eating what you eating? Them niggas never order the chicken.
No, that's because American Chinese food is not real Chinese.
Yeah, nah, nigga, them niggas be eating. Them niggas is feeding you dogs and cats. Some niggas be like, nah, I'm not eating that. I'm gonna just eat a bowl of rice.
They're not gonna eat. They're not dumb. They're gonna eat the bullshit we fucking eat. What's that from your from the wand? That's empowered too, isn't it? So that's like 30.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 33.
Oh, is it empowered?
Yeah, it's an empowered fucking wand of magic missiles with a castle level of fucking.
Oh, well, add another 0.5 damage to that then. I roll pretty high for magic missiles too. Almost all of them are 4s.
And so half of that would be 11, so 34 damage.
Boom! Look at that. Not bad.
I know he's gonna heal up 10 next round.
DLT damage, dude. I'm just this. It's like not to do. Normally, I wouldn't do nothing this round.
Right.
It's good job, melee. Take care of that shit.
Yo, take it easy.
Right, he's saving his big magic for the big shit.
Exactly.
Nigga, we need some magic now.
So I could do something. I don't have to just be like, yeah.
I need a maximized fireball right now.
Yeah. Once you got into some like
Okay,
real
Shelly's friend Leah's like that. She's always posting something on Facebook about veganism and shit.
That's why I'm glad I left Facebook. So I don't see anyone's opinions posted anymore. I look at pictures. That's it. There's only so much you can say in a picture, really.
Right.
In a fucking status, you got a whole novel you can put.
Yeah. You should be putting shit up.
Yeah, where my nigga Watson at?
But the way, and I be getting mad at Shelly for this all the time. Like the way it comes out is like, if you happen to enjoy eating meat, you're fucking evil as shit. Like that's the implicate. That's like the tone of her message every single time. And I'm like sitting here like, oh.
I'll be posting cheeseburgers
Facebook is like, I'm just tired. I got tired.
With Cav, it's different. Cav is like, this is my diet. It's plant powered, and this is what it's doing for me in the gym. The end. You know, it's like, all right, cool. That works for him. He doesn't care about me, but he ain't bashing me because I show a fucking picture of a lamb that I'm eating for dinner. To look at it and go, oh, that looks good. I don't eat that shit anymore. The end, right? But if I was to have that same picture, if I was to be like, if I went to the troll and I put that shit like a her, she'd go on a tirade. Like, oh, why would you show that picture? That's so awful.
I'm about to do it. I'm about to copy.
And I'm living here like.
I'm about to make a new account on Facebook and take Matt Watson pictures and make Matt Watson.
You're gonna clone Watson. He could do that too.
Yo, tomorrow that is my project. I'm gonna take like 50 photos on your Instagram and make a Matt Watson Facebook.
Oh my god!
Like, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I went to Central High School. Graduated this year.
Birthday's March 19th, 1980. Fucking
yeah, man. They got all your info, man.
This is the same shit that Zuckerberg is in trouble
His
for.
His blood type is B negative. Actually, I don't know.
This is the same shit.
What is your blood
Zuckerberg
type?
Is in trouble with. My blood type. Yeah. I think it's AB.
That's a rare one, isn't it? Is it AB negative or positive?
I don't know if it's positive. I know it's AB. I don't know if it's positive or negative.
One of them is rare. I think it's AB negative.
I thought it was O that was rare.
Oh, it's like 17%.
Anytime.
I think it was like AB's negative or something like that. It was like 2%. It was like 3% or something.
Anytime.
Send my blood type.
Whenever Watson goes to the gym, I'm gonna put my status of lifting iron. I don't want them to look at his Snapchat and be like, "Yo, Watson, what you doing?" Teaching these young minds. I'm molding minds today.
Well, Facebook is collecting information on people that are not even connected on Facebook.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish it did say,
you know, Instagram's owned by Facebook too.
Yeah, Instagram is owned by Facebook. Yeah, so even if you have Instagram, it's the same shit.
Yeah, Instagram, WhatsApp.
Yeah, they own WhatsApp.
Oh, Facebook owns WhatsApp now too. That's right.
They've been owning it. Yeah, they own WhatsApp, Instagram.
Yo, I wish some of us were techies. We'd be fucking rich as fuck right now. Think about that shit. Think about.
They just
ain't making apps though.
Apps.
We didn't have the high level mathematics, I guess.
Nah, none of us had the fucking technical skills for that shit.
The only person that come close is Mike, and he's
Because I'm
stupid.
sure if even one of us, I was saying, Mike, even one of us had a tech, all you had to do is get us in a room and we could brainstorm something,
Yeah,
and we just
Mike
need the
is
tech
Well, I
stupid.
mean,
to make it
I mean,
happen. That's it.
honestly, at this point, I mean, we already
Motherfuckers
have
making
the.
billions of dollars off of selling their shit to Facebook and Google.
No, I mean, honestly, we
Some
already have. To be honest, any skill that we want from this point on, we already have the basics for from graduating high school. So, like, if you're looking to be a techie, at this point, it's just, all right, that's going to be the next 4 to 5 years in school. Done. And you got what you need. If you really wanted it,
Actually,
go 4 or 5 years into
That's
it.
not even just Swords. Isn't Chris
Louis,
one
wait,
too?
Louis. Matt might
Chris
be
is
onto
graphic
something.
design.
Matt might be onto
Yeah,
something.
that's not like app
Yeah.
making or shit. Like that's not
I
program
always
coding. You
That's,
need
yeah, that's
coding.
he's
Is Swords
coding.
into coding?
That's
I always
Matt
consider
was
it's a
trying
lot
to
of
get
math.
into
Yeah,
net building.
I always consider my brother that he wasted his time because he's very smart when it comes to math. He was going to be an engineer architect at one point. And for whatever reason, he dropped out. Even though this guy has always gotten straight A's and everything,
Mm-hmm.
he tried the business and whatever. You know how it is. You win some, you lose some.
Right.
So just last year, he actually started going back to college. And well, not college, but schooling. And I'm like, what are you studying? Coding, man. I'm like, wow, bro, that's actually good because you actually been very good at math. He always had a mathematical mind.
Right.
He actually told, he told my cousin to go through that field. Christina, one of my cousins, and she just finished. She graduated last year. She's already making like $110,000 already.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
Yo, the money is the tech.
My brother got into
Silicon Valley, man. That's the fucking
my
shit.
brother started like studying coding now. As of last year, he's starting to like learn that crap.
You
And I'm
know,
like, that's good for you, man.
At our age right now, at our 30s, we're in that pivotal point where basically at this point we could plot things out in 4 years. So like anything that you want to do school wise, 4 years you're done, you got it.
I'm gonna stick with law. I invest time and resources, and I enjoy it.
Right.
I'm sticking with law until I die.
Right, I'm sticking with psychology. Like I got that fucking
Immigration,
graphic
that's my
science. I got fucking 3 more years till someone got to call me a doctor. There's no reason for me to go out to the
Immigration is my niche. We're in the front line now,
Right. I ain't trying to go back and restart shit.
Right.
But if I was at a point in my life where like for instance Ricky, right? Like Ricky's the same age. He's like in his late 20s, early 30s.
He's 5 years younger than me, so he's about to hit 30 this year.
Yeah, right. So he's in his late 20s, early 30s. All you got to do is all right, next 4 years, whatever he wants to do, that's pretty much a career right there.
That's true.
That's pretty much what it is.
He just got to start.
He's got to start.
And we tried. Shelly tried. We tried to get him into a trade school. We tried to get him into HVAC.
I mean, he's doing his thing now with the money. He makes a lot of money doing what he's doing, but like it costs a lot of time. Like the hours you got to work is crazy.
That's the American life right there. You work hard, you get less time for school. You go to school hard, you're broke. Like
right. That's the one thing I hated. Like that's why it took me so long because I don't like the idea of being broke, and you have to be broke while going.
You gotta like take school. You gotta. That's what sucks. Is like if you had the proper resources, you could finish school when you're supposed to, as opposed to fucking getting your degree in 6-8 years, as opposed to fucking 2 to 3 because you're trying to work
I be getting mad jealous of because I still have friends that are in their early 20s for some reason. I don't know, this is weird. But like I get jealous and I'm like, dude, you're like living at home. Like you can like go to school and do everything you need to do. You don't have to worry about anything. Your basic needs are already taken care of.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
I'm like,
if you're not
in a rush to fucking leave and move out, get an apartment, all this shit.
If you're living at home, you got no fucking excuse.
For real, I'm like, I don't give a fuck how much pussy you not getting. Not
getting provided. Your parents are providing for you. All you got is school.
Right. I'm like, take this opportunity.
A little bit of social life, but school.
Stack up, finish school, all that shit. It's like I remember me growing up. Even though I had 2 parents, I basically put myself in school because they spent all of their money basically trying to keep the house. We moved from the ghetto to Long Island, so that was like
right.
That was like the best that they could do. They're already at their peak, just trying to maintain that lifestyle. So for the most part, as far as like having money saved to push me through college, negative. I had to fucking go ahead and apply for financial aid and get scholarships and all that shit. So it took me forever to go through school. I literally put myself through it, even though I had two parents. Because that was a system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit,
What's unfair
I think
is
I only got like 17 credits at college myself.
Natalia got it easy. Like she could go to college because like everything was already set up for her because she was good. But I was the first person. I ain't had shit set up for me. I had to claw and make my way through, still trying to.
You know, same here, man. I've been the first of everything. First person to graduate college. First person to get an advanced degree,
Right.
professional degree. First person to join the military. All that crap, man. It's a lot of pressure. My
First one to
youngest
be-
sister,
First one
Rosie,
to be
she had it
born.
good, man. Oh, guess what, guys? Guess what? See, like my youngest sister, she had it good. Rosie, I'm 11 years older than her. She had it good. Like when she was growing up, my parents became very successful.
Yeah, they're already settled
She
with
went to
shit.
private school her entire life.
Right.
Catholic school, high school as well. We went through the public school system. The rest of me and my other siblings, Listen, this was freaking sad. I remember when I was like in community college, I was grading my sister's high school paper when she was in 9th and 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, God damn, this girl in 9th and 10th grade, he's grading at the same level I was at community college level. Like,
This guy was like, why did I get this shit ass education? What the fuck?
Don't get me wrong.
Get that
I was
CI
okay now. I like
education.
pretty good now, but man, it took a long time. Undergrad, I'm like,
yeah, with the hardest. I remember growing up, my parents was poor as shit.
You told me your little sister owns a house at 19, and she is, I'm sure.
Growing up, I grew up with my parents when they were poor as fuck, son. But we had to share ramen noodle fucking dinner.
I remember she told me and Shelly that, and I was like, what the fuck?
When Natalia was born, my parents had a house. When I was born,
it's so funny.
we didn't have no fucking house. We had a room with mad holes and roaches, gunshots across the street in Kelly Castro Park. In the middle of the Brooklyn, I'm getting robbed by crackheads trying to go to school.
Isn't that
I had
funny?
it rough. She had it easy. I'm
When
like,
you're the oldest, right? Did you sound like my brothers? Yeah, when you're the oldest, your family is like, all right, we ain't gonna fuck the rest of the kids up like this one. We're gonna take care of this one. And angry and mad, like, yo, why you get so easy?
For real, man. That's life.
Although statistically, firstborns are usually the most.
My brothers are funny.
True, and they usually have the strongest connection with their parents. Because I see my parents go through it all. I seen them change as
For some reason, they just. I read an article recently that like not that you're more prone to it, but for some reason, statistically, the secondborns are more susceptible to being criminals, apparently.
Damn.
So, and I look at Xavier and I'm like, I'm looking at Shelly like the way he's acting now at 3. He's already a little toddler criminal now. We need to make sure that's.
I wonder why.
My middle child is also the one that's a troublemaker.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't get that vibe from LJ. With Xavier, I could see him getting into some really fucked up shit if we don't steer him in the right direction.
I feel the same way with Liam also. That's my middle one. I guess that would be the second. Even though they want me to part the twins. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The second one, he's I feel like if I'm not a little tough with him growing up, he might give me some.
You should do a social experiment. Don't let him know he's the middle. There you go. Keep the twins guessing. Keep them guessing. Be like, Dad, which one came first? Couldn't tell you apart. Don't know. Not really sure. Oh shit. You really fucked.
Yeah, he has.
There was a third one that kind of looked like 2 of you. I think they might have mixed you up. That shit was. We always crack jokes about Xavier. When Xavier was, didn't you walk into that room and it would call the Ayalas? Because you asked to see the Oriola. And they sent you to a room where there was Ayalas in there.
Yeah.
It was a Hispanic family, but their last name was Ayala. Because you said you came walking and then they were looking at you mad fuck like, what the fuck is this guy doing in that room?
That's right.
So Matt came in the room. He's like, "They sent me to the wrong room." I said, "What? How?" He's like, "Because there's a family called Ayala," but I told him Oyola. They thought it was Ayala. And I'm like,
there's
"There's
a
a
lady named
family called
Sarah
Ayala's
Bailey.
here." So then me and Shelly would crack jokes saying, "Wait a second, how do we know our kid is an Oyola? What if they accidentally? What if somebody typoed the name and we have an Ayala as a kid?"
Yo, you know what, bro? You're the
Yo,
only
so we keep
Oyolas
telling
I
Jay,
know.
we're
I
gonna
know
send you
many
back to the
Ayalas.
Ayalas and get our real kid.
Louis, no joke, man. I know a lot of Ayalas. You guys are like the only Oyolas I know. Like even the lady that used to take care of Louis.
Right,
Louis,
I don't know anything of you, but if you type
her last
type
name is
Oyola on
Ayala.
Facebook, they're all over the fucking place for some
Yeah,
reason.
there's a lot of Ayalas, man.
You know,
You're unique, man.
I'm the only one in
I don't
America.
think they're Ayalas. You're the Oyola.
I've never met anyone else last name Oyola.
Me neither.
Me neither,
My
man.
entire life.
And I typed the name Oyola on Facebook. There's a bunch of Oyolas all over America. San Francisco, fucking Baja, California.
Yeah, we have not got past this one round because niggas are still talking.
All right, shut up. Millennium, your turn.
We have been around.
Millennium, your turn. Let's
Yo, mad long, my nigga. You know we've been on this round mad long.
I missed my attack. I rolled 2.
You rolled a 2. All right, you missed.
Well, Messa, we're used to you finishing this battle by now.
Nah, you got this nigga doing fog of war and all
Wait,
sorts of shit.
19. This guy said 19 hit.
Oh, my bad. I got rolled.
I think it's the 19.
Close your eyes, meditate, sense
19 plus 22.
the force.
19 plus 22. Yeah. Well, yeah,
That's your next feat, Messa. Blind fight.
Right? I thought about getting it.
It's because of the fog, though.
Alright.
I'm rolling below 20 a lot for some
Might
reason.
as well. I might as well
I
take
normally
one
don't.
for the
I'll go for my third attack.
Yeah, I was like, you got 4 attacks.
16.
16 plus 17 is like 33.
They have a magical item that gives you blind.
Wow.
Sounds like a spell if you put in your hands.
Miss again.
Okay, I'm going.
You have a 4th attack.
I
I don't think that was gonna hit because the shit's too low, but you could try and get a 20.
Another miss.
I don't know, bro.
Might as well roll it. What are you gonna do? Not take the. He's just gonna stop like that. Just,
What are you trying to do? 2-weapon fighting?
it's plus 13.
Listen. Alright, I'm on a 5 foot step.
You're not taking the last attack?
I am.
Oh.
5 foot
You
step.
mean at 5 foot step after the.
5 foot
Yeah, I
step.
kept rolling below 20. He kept missing because of the fucking fog.
There's no way he has cover.
I was about to finish that one off.
Alright, I'm going to go for a shield toss. Throw my shield out. 2 miss.
2 your shield out.
Because I wanted to get my shield off.
Alright, Zino.
You see it like he's here.
Oh wait, before you go to
Go.
Zino, can I get my
next
maneuver?
maneuver.
Yo, can't Zino blow these niggas up as a free action? Or they gotta be something else? They can't be undead, right? Fortitude save, no.
So
it would normally he could have because the cat gave him.
No, I know, I remember.
So I have warning
It's a
roar.
death spell anyway on top of that. I don't even think it was.
I have warning roar and
You
I have
revitalize and strike, warning
Revitalize and
war,
Strike.
and
Hand cannon.
white ribbon.
White Ravens tactics.
Alright, Zino.
What do you know about that?
What you know about
I just have
that?
regular attacks. I'm not even having to do it.
Come on, Cynthia, do some holy shit. He's an undead nigga. He's supposed to be all over this. Like, my lord.
5.
She helped take one out already.
All right, well then never mind, because I don't thought I was on the side. Yeah, look,
And she's already doing AOE damage to him by just being in the area.
Yeah, where's the letting them go? How you move away from me? Nigga, like you got reach.
Because I did. I 5 foot stepping through my shield.
Hit.
Oh, okay.
Miss. Last one's another crit. Let's use fucking Zino.
Oh, you moved out the fog. That's why you did that.
Ah,
Okay.
not a crit.
Yeah, so now you can move out the fog.
Not a crit, but he did get 3 hits.
I was trying to figure out what the hell this green shit was. What's this
He
green
said, I'm
line
still
on
trying to
thing?
figure, and it's within 30.
Lewis,
Well,
how long
actually,
does
that
it
was
take for
4
this
hits
fog to
then.
dissipate?
That was 4.
That would be 4 hits.
Long time.
I forgot he had a plus 1 because of the point blank.
None of y'all don't got like a fan or something?
Gust of
Oh,
If I was a druid, I'd have been like, wind tunnel!
it's a wizard
Yeah,
spell.
that would actually blow away.
It's just so situational that no one really memorizes wind spells too often.
Yeah, man. I don't even got the scroll, but none of that crap. It is very situational.
I'll make sure I'll have it for my next character. Gust of wind.
Yeah, you'll probably have that scroll to you like level 20. Look, we're like level, what, 18 now? First time we actually need that?
We needed it a couple of times. Niggas just never had it.
Oh, really? When?
It was
What
so
do you mean?
close to
Before,
being
how many fogs have we faced? We went to the fucking abyss. There was a fog.
Only fogs we face.
There has been a lot of foggy ass
A
shit.
lot of solid fogs that
Yeah, but
we
we
see.
can walk around.
Like, come on, son.
Nah, nigga, there's been mad
We've seen only
fog.
2
There's been
fogs.
fog
Solid
clouds,
fogs and
obscuring.
cloud
No,
kills.
I've used fog cloud, obscuring mist. There's been plenty of
This
stuff
nigga's been
those 3
fogging us
years.
up, son. And
Oh, when the Demodons showed up, they kept using
Yep,
solid fog and
Solid fog, cloud kill. Those
Yeah.
are the
I've
ones
been using solid fog.
it's been a few chapters since a lot of
Nah,
concealment
nigga, it's
shit.
been a mad fogs, and we ain't learned yet. Y'all niggas need to get on your fog
Yeah.
to count.
Darren's right. I'm like,
I'm telling, I know
No,
I'm
that's
right.
because I don't. To be honest
Cynthia.
with you, I really don't want to counter it because it's mutually beneficial.
It is mutually beneficial. I like cloud.
Yeah, I don't want no fogs on me. All right, I want them tired of being up in this.
I would have done a fog right there. They did it for me. I don't have to cast it now. Divide and conquer, man.
Divide and conquer. These niggas don't see. What is the difference?
They don't see. They see.
They don't see. They undead. They just feel life force.
Really?
Yeah.
Louis, undead don't see.
Yeah, they can.
See, there's spells that blind undead.
They're making all this shit up.
Don't listen to Darren. Hey,
Wait a minute, Louis. So
this
these-
guy.
Louis,
I'm about to take your ranks off knowledge religion. It ain't even
First
using
off,
it.
wait a minute, Louis. You need to tell me,
I'm gonna.
Louis, how can the undead see, nigga? It's supposed to use life energy force or something that feels the life energy in the room.
That's a
Is
wraith.
what-
Wraiths can do
Oh,
that.
okay, maybe that's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna use UMD.
Certain undead can do that. I know wraiths can.
I got a total.
They can still see also.
They got
23 total.
life sense. Certain
Okay, that's what
specific
it
kinds
was.
of ghosts have
I
it.
thought undead do that because I'm like, what the fuck is an ancient?
But I know there's a feat in Libri Morti, the undead book. There's a feat where an undead could take it and they get life sense.
All right, so why don't these niggas have license?
Because I didn't think about giving them the feat.
I got 25 total for my UMD.
I forgot about it until just now. Wow, I should have given.
Of course you did, nigga. You know the thing. I'm the real DM. I'm the real DM.
25.
Oh,
I'm the real DM.
All right, so yeah, Zino basically, fucking blasted it, and as he's finishing up, fucking, you finish it off with the
Which one? This one?
magic missile, the one over here, buddy.
He's dead.
That was my move and my standard.
What's your move? Where's she move? Oh, she moved somewhere.
Yo, Sino's getting more kills than Mesua.
That's fine, my nigga. We a team. We acting like we supposed to. Can't be carrying everybody on my back all the
All right,
time.
Metsuar, you.
Well, we've been helping him though.
Metsuar steps out of the fog, Lewis, and attacks this guy right here.
All right, well that guy's still in the fog, so
Wait, so I can't attack him?
you can attack him. There's still
I'm
gonna
right
be
here.
this chance.
No, I'm right here, nigga. I'm out.
He's surrounded. Yeah, you're out, but you're looking into a bank fog, and he's in it. Like he's. Picture a wall of fog and somebody standing inside the fog. Like
Use
you still got the missed chance.
Bull rush him, man. Bull rush.
You about to make me quick and spell like ability, true strike.
It's not about whether you're in the fog; it's whether they're in the fog.
All right, Lewis.
You can't choose what square to trip him in.
All right,
Actually,
Lewis,
you
attack
being
him.
in the fog is
He's still
beneficial because they get the same miss chance.
Is he still prone, Lewis?
Yeah, he's still prone.
All right. I'm still in the fog.
Yeah,
Attack.
he didn't get back up. He tried to lick you while he was on the floor.
Yeah, I'm close to that, nigga. Look this. Look these nuts. Miss.
That actually might be a miss.
Yeah, I know it's a miss, nigga.
It's a
I've been
miss.
rolling
You're
all
doing a
night,
regular attack?
cuz.
No, it's not. Why'd you put
Oh,
26? That's a hit.
oh, okay, my
You keep
bad.
forgetting to add. You keep forgetting to add one.
-4 penalty to AC because they're prone. Right?
I already did that. You keep forgetting to add one because of Hero's Feast.
Oh, okay, well, there you go. Here you go. 16 D8. Is he dead?
Ah, but he doesn't get the +2 because you're not adjacent to fucking Beleno.
Dead body. You should have gone down more. That's why.
You should have stayed down.
Yeah, I moved there so you can move there.
All right, well, y'all move, so yeah, I got the bonus.
No take back.
Alright, whatever. I'm not gonna fight it because it's dead anyway. Whatever he takes. It just means you can't go moving towards anybody else.
Samuel.
Yeah, that's a 5-foot step.
That's why no take back.
All right, I only did one attack. I'm gonna use my another action, and I'm gonna go to cast True Strike.
Is Sify in the air?
Yeah.
How high?
Just choose you avoid
She's
concealment.
she's
You
her,
know,
her
yeah, it avoids
5 feet
concealment.
around.
Avoids all mischance.
Just enough
Keep it
to
at 5
avoid
feet.
just enough to avoid difficult terrain pretty much.
You killed it already, right?
Yeah, but there's still more in the room.
Oh.
This
That's
airport,
where
you might as well walk around.
Yeah, I didn't put. They're there. I just.
Lewis Messer.
Oh yeah, I say yeah. Claudius knows there's 2 over here. He senses them with blind sense.
Okay. So I let the telepathically the rest of the party know the general vicinity where they're at. And if they move or I sense them move, I let the party know as well to brace themselves.
Oh, 5 foot steps there. Ready.
Yeah, Messer cast True Strike.
Was that a Swift action?
No, I only did one attack, so can I lose or no?
Is that your television set, Darren? And the camera?
Oh yeah, my camera.
Well, I haven't seen those kind of TVs like in a long time.
No, son. I'm hood. I still keep it. It still work. I'll buy a new one.
I agree. I'm 100. I'm with it.
Shit.
I'm with it. Yeah. I've been using the same phone for 4 or 5 years.
God damn, bro.
Yeah, I got my 6S. I got it. I'm gonna be using it for another 2, 3. I just changed the batteries like a few weeks ago, and it's like new again. Like they got that discount battery. I think it's like $25. How much is it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because of that scandal that Apple got themselves in.
What scandal?
That if your battery is like like almost busted, it will slow down your phone. And they,
oh my god!
And yeah, it made it all over the news. So they will like make your phone slower, so you
go buy a new one.
Yes, you buy a new one, yeah. So that was a big scandal, like towards the end of the last year, and then the batteries, we'll reduce instead of $100, $25 to get new battery for it. I'm like, all right, shoot, I'm down for that.
Pass both of them. One as Metzor had finished destroying that one morgue inside the fog, he saw a tongue fucking from behind them in the fog fucking shoot out. The shootout towards you, and you sensed it coming right away, and you ducked.
Reflex.
5. This one goes up to Valena. Around the corner behind him, you heard. You turn around, coming from around the pillar was a morgue. Spring attacks. 2.
4-2.
Pass. And heal them all back up. Which one else got hurt? Oh, roll D6 for the white.
4.
What else was in the white at the time? Not that one. Not that one. What was that one then? Claudius.
Magic miss on this one. By any drama.
Alright. Roll damage.
Whoa, it's a lot of ones. Let me see. 14. 1.5.
21 damage.
21. Yeah.
Blade.
He's done.
Blenheim uses his standard action to strap on his shield. So, move action. Load that more that just attacked me. And then I save my swift. And what do I get?
It's a mind affecting ability. Undead.
Oh,
Mine,
my what
I think you just got your last one.
Which is, he is.
Yeah, you got your last one. Which is burnished. Zino. Zino's gonna loop. Rapid shot. -6 this one also. Just leaves him at and it's with him. So that would be 28, 30, 31, 6.
Son is running. I'm killing a lot lately. That's good though.
Wait, that's 27, 29, 30, 31.
Precise shot.
29. 29 minus 6 makes it 23. That's 23. That's a hit. That's a miss. That might be a crit.
You've been rolling at least one crit.
Right. I didn't get that one. That one's only 1, 2.
Is that a crit?
That's only 3 hits. It's not a crit. So it's 3d10 plus 11 plus 12 times 36. And then we did 6 for the deadly aim, so that's another 18. That's 54 plus 56.
How come it's the HP bar for the normal?
You'll see that HP bar?
Not for the morgues, no.
Oh, that's why. That's weird. I didn't even put that in.
Now we do. Evolved morgue. Oh. Now we see the names of them too.
It's about to be the new profile picture.
Of who? Okay.
He's still serious.
Profile picture right here. Let's go.
Yeah, looks like Playboy.
I'm be
I
like,
would say get a hobby, but clearly you have one.
Cynthia, you go.
So it makes this whole thing so much more.
Yo, what is that nigga with the comb on the back of his fucking? What's going on with the back of this nigga's head, Watson?
Back of who's that? Oh, they were fucking throwing ice cream. Not ice cream.
Nigga's got a cream pie on his neck.
Birthday
So
cake.
look at that.
Whoa.
That's birthday cake.
Nah, ain't cream pie that nigga's neck. So look at that. Cream pie.
All right. I'm going to.
He got.
That's right, son. Pepper Lounge. Oh, look at this white bitch right here. Damn, that's what I need. I need both of them. I need that one on the right over there. Where she go? And then this one right here too. You know, all over again. I'm about to go to Club Pepper.
Pepper Lounge. The one that country get.
I have some. Yeah, how tall is the ceiling?
Country white.
Above.
How tall is the weight?
The ceiling.
20 feet.
Alright, so she uses her movement to go 20 feet to the air. And then use her stroke.
Does the geometry help?
57.
Oh no, she got one lead on. I mean,
The drum is good, man. She got.
like Claudius,
Oh,
what does your spider sense tell you?
You don't tap her speed, so
There's another one coming from the
you don't
lake
speed up.
down that corridor. I don't even think I could sense that far.
I mean,
I'll be right back, guys. Gotta use the bathroom.
Every year,
The Hergo. That's a wall.
got 4, 3 is 7, 3 is 10, and 3 is 13, and 2 is 15.
30 damage. Mitsuwa.
You said they're in the fog, though?
The ones that you can see are the ones that are the ones that you can see. The ones that you can see. I mean, there's others that you don't know where they're at.
All right, let's take.
You hear some fighting going on over here.
I know, but I'll let them finish. They got that.
I mean, your perception knows the general direction. Like there's one over here somewhere.
You can clearly see the one on the opposite side.
Somewhere
of the
to
lake,
your left is one. Somewhere in here, this one. You don't know exactly where.
All right,
you see the one right here. Yeah.
Wait, this down there? I didn't even see that. Okay, hold
How
on.
the fuck did you not?
I was about to say,
I'm too zoomed in. Full attack right there. If I let you know. Going for a trip.
Whoa.
I cast the true strike too last round, so hold on.
You did?
Yeah, nigga, I told you that 4 times.
I heard him. I even asked, "Can you do that?"
What kind of you did the action point for the Swift?
Nah, nigga, can't you? Okay, because I attack, right? Is it a standard? All right, never mind.
It's a standard. Okay.
I was asking you before. Can you do it as a swift action?
No, you can't. Not unless you use an action point to get quick and fucking spell like a ability.
No, it's fine. It's all right.
What? You gotta get that feat down so you can do a swift action.
I know, Pichardo.
Too many feats he wants, though. There's another feat that he wants. So.
Right, let's do it, Lou. You ready?
Hold on, let me get your bonuses. Damn it,
Is
let me
that-
get your fucking
It's
bonuses.
a 20 anyway.
Still.
That feat is not considered a fighter feat, is it? That's what.
Which
No,
one?
that's not considered valid.
The quitting. Nah, I don't think it is.
No, it's not fire feet. Hell no.
Nah.
Why would I?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Fighter would smell like a dude.
That would make no sense. Fighter feat.
Roll to see if it's a critical trip.
Man, what a waste of a trip.
Valena, take your opportunity.
Could have done attack.
I wouldn't be able to hit it from where I am.
I thought you was close, nigga. Damn.
No, it's 5 feet away. Yeah, spring attack. He moved away after you hit.
Little bitch ass.
Yeah.
Alright, it's successfully tripped.
I know, I rolled a 20.
You can't choose what square to trip it in, Master.
Oh, yeah, I can actually. Let's move it toward Valena right here.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And?
Yeah, nigga. Remember I have key trip or whatever the fuck that is?
Or
I can move
key
him
throw.
where I want. Key throw, yeah. I
You can
move him
you
where-
can throw the target prone in any square you threaten. I haven't seen you use that in forever.
Yeah, I forgot I had it, to be honest.
So you throw him over here?
No. This
Here?
is just Valena morning. Valena, where would you want me to put this scum?
Right
Oh,
there.
right there in front of him.
Oh, so
Right in front of you, boy.
Yeah, because you put him on the other side, you'll try to slide
I
off.
forgot he had key throw. Yeah, I haven't seen him use it forever.
Yeah, I forgot. Good luck, Machado. I'm about to readjust the niggas' world.
You know,
Machado knows his monks, that's why. He studied
Nah, I
your
forgot
character
I had
sheet.
that shit. Valena, attack him.
So now it's my attack opportunity, right?
Since he
you
threw
can.
him prone in
Right
his
there,
square.
sweet.
we're a team, man. You see Claude going to your head. Yo, get him closer to Valena.
He basically fucking Geese Howard flipped him into your shield. And your shield's like,
Body slam.
Mm.
"He's-
That's a sick visualization. That's pretty sick. That's so
He said, "Who?
super.
What you get, Matt? Good, Matt hit him.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you a costume, man. Like height.
You're a Jason, but you still got golden mana state.
SM super.
My attack now.
I don't get
17 Lewis.
He does. Yeah. Hold on, man.
No, I'm waiting to let you do his damage.
You got 20 goddamn fucking attack.
No, that's why I'm waiting.
So that
nigga.
20 was for this, so you rolling that. Okay, roll.
for the attack opportunity. To be strong.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Yeah, that hit.
16 D8 plus 8
You get +2 to attack this time because of Valena.
and 1 D8 because of holy damage.
Yeah, you remember? You ever did any of those? What do you used to call them? Bone parties? KRT?
Of course, King Raphael's tomb with the monks.
Yeah, I used to love those.
I used to do that with the blue mages because they worked.
I used to do it with my
What did you
monk.
get for your attack?
That was my main back in that game.
I got a 33 total.
Golden.
That's the one.
That's 6 plus.
A fucking stupid dragon. We cleared out the whole area, and then we got wiped by that dragon.
No, Vertra.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Vertra. Vertra, as soon as he popped, you're like, oh shit.
That was
Yeah.
Alright, roll your vicious stomp attack.
We had to call in our link show, but it was too late some more.
Vicious stomp. Miss.
Miss. Now 1d20 plus 28.
Second attack.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. What is going on in there?
Bro, see if it's gonna go fuck up.
It's not.
Alright, it's not gonna go fuck up. Alright,
Jesus Christ.
roll your another plus 28.
You got another one? You didn't roll it out,
That one hit.
a digi dice.
That one hit.
Yeah, these Digidays are fucking me over.
Balance. The balance.
Roll d8 for it.
Mm-hmm.
88, and you only had 88 left. So it's destroyed.
still.
You basically went knocking the Latham shield, and
Yo,
with the shield, and you basically fucking beating them up like fucking Green Lantern. Fucking.
Nah, it's kind of pop. Alright, so the Morg went to go stick his tongue out at Metsuar, and Metsuar caught it by its tongue and wrapped its tongue around his ear, and grabbed him, and then
swung him into
like overhead. And as he was swinging, as he was about to land, the Latham held his shield up with the spike, and he landed on top of the Latham shield, on top of the spike.
And they have bones cracking.
You then pulled him off of the shield. He landed on the ground in front of the Latham. Latham then jumped up into the air and landed on top of him with the shield. And then it rolled off of him, and as he rolled off of him, your vicious stomp came down and slammed WWE, nigga. Get rad.
The empty hammer on top of that creature.
I forgot about Keither. I'm about to start repositioning niggas early.
Rubbing his fucking hands.
The reposition is about to happen. As soon as the nigga get tripped in front of me, you're behind me, nigga, out of position.
Everybody else got the possibility from it, too. Which is awesome.
It feels weird not to lose HP no more. Niggas is hitting me. I'm like, all right, I'm healing right back up.
Okay, Kylo.
Shut up. Nigga, Kylo's so good.
The little HP you suffer. I mean, hold on, you haven't been hurt.
I don't get hurt because it heals right back up.
And you still got your temporary HP.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you got a long way, man. So from being one shot to being pretty hard to kill now.
What is these rolls? I don't see nobody coming to touch us.
Got damage. Oh.
Drama.
Well. Times 3.
So it's just like, help!
Damn, 3-1.
I know.
2-2.
She still destroyed it though. She fucking. You guys just see her. Raise her flaming grace. You just see this as she's hitting the Morg. Morg's trying to best to fucking block it, dodge it. Like, just each hit, you just see fucking like black charcoal, fucking bone and guts just burning and melting, oozing away. She finished the last attack, fucking split skull open, dropped her fucking floor.
What the? You did all that damage?
Yeah, on a full attack, yeah. You got a crit on one of her attacks.
Cool. She got a great sword, right?
Yeah. She got a great sword as keen, so she has an easy time getting crits. She's at least a 17 to 20 for a crit.
Yeah, I should put Bane on Metsuar's Fist. Bane on there.
That's my favorite weapon.
If you come over to Cynthia, she can do that for you. But why do you need more damage? That's all I'm gonna do for you.
Her weapon is plus 5 also, right, Lewis? She got buffed
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. I added that.
Yo, wait a minute, Lewis. Can I ask you something, Lewis?
What?
I want to ask you one thing. Do you remember I have an Ioun Stone that undead can't see me?
What?
Right? Don't I have an Ioun Stone that undead
You have an
can't
Iron
see me
Stone,
unless I
a
attack
Methus Pyramid. Grants you the ability to pass undetected before undead as if from a hide from undead. Intelligent undead receive a DC 12 will save to notice you.
I think they're gonna pass it.
But
they should have to roll it.
They
though.
should, yeah. This guy now, he started attacking.
Yeah, I mean, your attack is not.
No, this is the ones that I attacked that noticed me, nigga, not the other ones.
Oh, you probably didn't have the.
Man, one pass, it could easily tell the rest.
Nigga, All right. At least I got that roll.
One pass,
This
it
is
could be
my
like
Dunkin' Donuts.
this, one there.
Good shit. Good shit.
I mean, they're all fucking bad.
Yeah, that DC
Come on.
is kind of low, though.
It's a low DC.
You know what? I still like my immune song to be used.
Right, it's still good though.
It's good against obviously unintelligent on that don't get a single.
Yeah, that's a good passive to have. To walk past the whole army of skeletons, like these guys.
Alright, Morgs.
I only have it in case the city gets raided and a little kid needs it. And I'm like, here, take this, put this above your head. Now walk to your mom, leave the city. I'll take care of the rest.
That werewolf comes and eats it. Doesn't work against werewolf.
You know, let that kid walk there to his mom, easy abundant step into his mom and mix it against.
So now, what if shit gets rocky, my nigga?
You abundant step back, yo. You're a true hero. You gotta go the extra mile.
You know, you couldn't
understand with people on me, so I'd have to run them.
Yes, you can.
Plus ultra.
No, abundant step is only you. You can't take people with you.
Oh, that's kind of.
That's why I'd have to run.
Well, my dimension don't have.
Yo, I don't understand like how dudes like I would literally get this bitch pregnant 25 times. Like, look at this, Watson. Tell me you wouldn't get her pregnant like 30 times.
What?
Look at this, my nigga.
Damn, son. Hell yeah, that ass is no joke.
Nigga, that's rogue training.
Yeah,
rogue training.
No, she's white. She's probably tan. You know white people be tan.
Yeah.
Look at that cake, though, son. That shit is crazy.
Easy. It's just seesawing back and forth like
that. Look at that. Oh, my God. It's still laying there like that. Look at that. Oh. It's over. I'm dead. I can't.
It's over.
She did the flip down. So she did the flip down, nigga. She got pregnant again. I was like, what?
So, Claudius, you don't even really see the Metua inside. So everybody's got some decent perception. Make out the movements of the Morgs inside the cloud of poisonous gas. But Claudius can sense with his blind spot. They're actually like starting to quickly move away towards the distance, further deeper into the temple complex. They've learned to not continue this fight. At least not here.
Just not here. What do you mean? I ain't letting them go. Hold on. That's what chases them down.
All right. What general direction are they going towards?
Oh, towards. Looking at the map, they're going towards the left, like further left.
Like here, like through the middle here.
What's your blind sense? 125 feet. Okay, you can sense this one right here on the map, still going. Yeah, towards the left. Towards they're going that way.
Claudius goes like this way. In front of you, towards your left, there's one that's trying to get away. Do I sense the other one?
Nah, the other one's less. You don't sense the. You sense another one that was running, but it got behind some total cover.
Okay, where did he say it was?
Broke your line
Can you
of
paint
sight.
to it?
Over here, Lou. Over here.
Dimension door, Lewis, right here. I'm on him.
Pretty awesome. I rarely see you do shit like that, man. Freaking awesome.
It's not even your turn. The fuck?
All right, well, nigga, when it's my turn, dimension door here. Nigga, you acting like the turns are 4 seconds each or 6 seconds. No, don't move me in the fog. I was not there. Don't try to fog me up.
All right, I need to know. I mean, other than him telepathically telling you that they're running in the distance, what are the?
Yeah, he can tell me that, and then
I need to know what Claudius is doing. It's his turn.
Yeah, like that's what I'm telling. I'm telling Mesro that.
Oh, and that's it.
And hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Time out.
Nigga trying to move my character. You see this? He put me back in the fog.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna move in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Hold on, I gotta move in of 8, right? 8.
40 feet, right? Because Heart of Fire gives you
40
like 10.
40 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
8, 9. I'm gonna take a double movement. 10. How high is the ceiling?
20 feet.
Is the cloud going all the way up to the ceiling?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to take a double movement. I'm going to stand over here, but I'm going to be flying in the sky, the rest of the remaining movement to fly up.
How high did you go? All the way up? Or?
All the way up. And he's done. Does he see anyone?
Oh, yeah, he senses a enemy down here.
Where?
You got a long ass dark vision too, don't you?
Nigga, I got dark vision too.
Dark vision like 250 feet.
My dark vision is 250
I mean, most of this place I think they said was lit anyway, so.
I'm just saying, I got low light vision too, Lewis. What do I see? What do I see, dog? You're not telling me nothing.
He's trying, Lewis, Claudia's trying to get in the best vantage point where he could, like, detect everyone there.
Apparently, Claudius
There,
can see
now
everything.
you can see this one right here.
Where?
Like, I don't got the same abilities, man.
You could sense them, I should say.
Where does he sense? I know I could sense the one over here. Where's the other one at?
Right here.
Yeah, I didn't see the circle. What the fuck?
Yeah, let me move the map. See it now?
No.
Straight to the left from where he's standing.
Oh, over here?
Right
over
here.
here?
No, right here. Further down. Keep going. Scroll left more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I need to zoom out more then. All right.
Oh, you were zoomed in?
I was zoomed in too much.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad.
I was like, wait, you're not that close. The fuck?
All right. I'm trying to see. So he goes to he talks to everyone. He could see the drama also. He's like in drama. There's one heading towards that direction over here. Meswar. There's one that's almost toward the end of the corridor, to your left there. And he points towards this way, Meswar. And yeah, he's done.
Laying him?
Lake calls for us to regroup. We should regroup. Remember, this is their territory, it's their home grounds. If we chase after them blindly, we could be going into a trap. We don't know what they have set up ahead of them. Better for us to take on challenges that come to meet us rather than go seeking out challenges until we have this place properly mapped out.
Sounds good.
That's more going to teleport. Like, about to put that Rock Lee theme on.
All right, so I guess that's the end of the encounter, unless we're gonna chase him. Or...
Nigga, I'm chasing that one. It ain't over yet.
Okay. What's your movement now?
That's still the same. Because remember, I didn't really level up. I only got sync. So I'm still level 16.
Okay, so what's your movement? 60?
Yeah.
Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You will be 10 foot too short.
I mean, I can teleport to him.
Oh, okay.
I'm never too short. No, my move speed is 80 feet, Machado.
What?
It's plus 60. I mean, plus 50. I'm sorry.
So it's 30 plus 50?
Yeah, so it's 80.
Also, you could actually get there without even having to balloon step.
You know.
Let me see.
That's how it goes. And then the next level it'll be plus 70, which would be 90 feet.
He's 70 feet away. This one that's here.
Where? Hang on the spot.
Here. It's all the way to your left. You're gonna have to zoom out.
Oh, okay. Let me zoom out.
You see it all the way over here to the left?
Oh my god, that nigga is down the hole, nigga. Y'all gonna see him move like.
There's also one up here also. That's the one that This one that went to this corridor as well. Well, two of them that got away.
That's why I was gonna charge at him like 5-foot step charge. Listen. Damn, son, dark skin. Yeah, we and my nigga Valaden did the Avengers combo, son, with Captain America, hit niggas with the shield. Niggas did Avengers combo. I grabbed this shit. It's like, oof, Valaden. He said, all right. Nigga smoking eye started gleaming like. Nigga did the Edmund Honda stomp like, bro. It's weird when you see all these girls that are like 30 years old and they're like still single. Now they're getting all desperate.
Yeah, it's funny how the tables turn, man.
Yo,
All
right,
that
right.
preach they had back in high school starts to fall away. They realize
they start to feel that desperation on the one, so they're like, I'm not chosen yet. All right, Lewis,
All right, what's the decision made?
Lewis, I'm coming after him right here. Look at that, my movement, baby.
Okay, fucking, oh, you moving?
Yeah, Nick, I'm gonna go get this thing like, no. Play the rock.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
80 feet, dog. 80 feet. I can move it.
Oh, you move there. You made one attack.
Okay. I'm gonna get him. Roll a trip attack.
Actually, as you're moving across there, you do spot the other one.
Where's the other one? Hold on. Wait, so which one should I take? Oh shit, nigga.
This one is the farthest.
I'm gonna go take this one. They're like, going for a trip attack though. Tripped him.
You said, tripped him. Did you really?
Yes, I did.
36. 36 plus 1 is 37. You got any other bonuses that I'm not aware of? That's on a 45. 30. Still within 30 feet of that altar.
You motherfucker.
The CMD is
higher.
Man, you go, you're like, then you see him, and it's actually like running. So you're like running, like there's these big ass pillars, and you're going that way towards your original target. But then you see the other morgue, and the other morgue is like sprinting across as well. No, I wouldn't say sprinting because they're just double. But they're basically hustling over there, and it sees you, and it's like, so you turn, and you start going towards him. You're like. And it gets into its stance. And then as you go and you leap into the air, you're about ready to you skid along the ground to to like double to like, and as you get towards him, you push with your arms to like shoot yourself forward with both your legs out to like clip him across the legs, and it leaps up into the air. And as it leaps up, the unholy aura that's surrounding it and its intestines together form into like some kind of mass that pushes the ground beneath it up, makes it like move up faster to like and then like it goes up into the air just as your kick had gone out and you missed.
Okay.
And that, it's on its way landing back down, and its tongue is coming towards you.
Mm-hmm.
You already sense it. You got insight and your wisdom. Like you already know what's you fucking spider sense the next attack that's coming. So.
Nigga. You're ultra saving your ass right now. Don't you move away from that overload.
So I'm confused. What did Valenium do? He just spent his round making.
No, he strapped his shield on to his.
I thought it was last turn.
Yeah, they used a standard action to call the other one back. He threw that.
Oh, but you're trying to do the two shield.
He now has 2 shields on.
So how did Metsuor go? All right. Well, in that case, Zino.
Well, you can skip my turn. I'm just letting you know what I did. Zino could shoot the nigga that's all the way down the hall if he can't see him, all right?
Zino doubles down here, flying. He's 15 feet up on him. Yeah. I mean, he could fly through the cloud and out the other side, but he doesn't want to fucking be caught by himself. So in Cynthia's turn. Basically, Metsuor went ahead of him.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't think what your character is choosing to do is going to affect what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. So it's all good. Flame strike. Yo, don't Clark get that flame strike, son? I remember the video game they had it. It looks like a beholder pops out.
Yeah, Clark's good.
I want to see that. Like, the motherfucking beholder just fly out like. You ever played Neverwinter Nights, Patrona?
Huh?
Neverwinter Nights.
I played it.
Yo, it was a good game.
It was.
Yo, it definitely was. I always told Lewis to play it, but he was like,
no. It was there, and
I actually played Ranger in that game.
Which one did you play? Part 1 or 2?
Part 1. I played Part 2 also.
Actually, Cynthia goes the other. She moves up. Let's move back to this.
Was the Part 1?
She moves up another 5 feet. So she's 20 feet.
All right.
What's the one that you like in the frozen tundra? Is that never winter?
I think that's number 1 because you go to Under Mountain and then Hollister casts Geese on you, right?
Yeah.
That's it. That was number 1 because Hollister Blackcoat comes and kills everybody and casts Geese on you and says you got to go finish this quest or you're gonna fucking die, and then you got to go finish the quest. I remember that shit. I was like, this motherfucking Hollister, and he was insane. He was just like mumbling mad shit.
He's been insane.
No, but he was insane.
Oh, like the way he was acting. Oh, okay.
He would just mumble weird things, and you don't know what the fuck he's saying. He's moving like some weird old man, like. And then he came at the end of the quest. It comes out and Under Mountain and says, "Oh, so these are the people in my place." And all you see is like mass fireballs and everybody's dead. And then he's sitting there like, he just casts Geese on you and says, "All right, you're gonna go finish what
mass fireballs. Everybody's dead.
Yeah, I swear to God, with the chart on my line, he just kills the whole room.
Bro.
He kills the whole fucking room in like 3 fireballs. Everybody.
Oh, I thought Valenium. I went upstairs. What did Valenium issue as a suggestion?
Oh, he was saying that there's no need to chase them down because we don't know the layout of this place.
It's a mad mage.
All right.
It's better for us to deal with issues if they come to us rather than to run.
And then that's when Metsuor made the decision to fucking run over there.
Yeah. Metsuor is Luffy, man. You know Luffy doesn't do anything.
So then the drama flies over to where Valenium's at. She asks, she's like, "Where's Metsuor?" She asks, "Where's Metsuor?" She sees everybody else.
He ran into the fog. I lost track of him.
Sorry.
I can't see him from my current location. Is everyone with you? uninjured and accounted for.
I'm dealing with the leftovers,
She's like,
guys.
correct.
Take it
Should I
down.
go after Messer and make sure he's alright?
Like, no, he's messing with.
No.
He'll be fine.
If Metsuwar was in danger, Cynthia would have told us. She has everyone's vitals monitored via her brain.
And she fled.
She could also teleport if to us.
Oh, let's go, Lewis.
Us to him if you were in trouble. What we need to do is regroup and catch him.
Hey, Lewis licking his lips like, damn, I missed.
What concerns me is that altar.
Lewis, where you
Or
go?
a place that's considered a temple to them. So
Lewis,
what if
hold
one
on,
of
Lewis,
these
where am I
altars are
finding
in every
Lewis?
room? That could be a problem.
Loyola, do I get a trip attack? Attack opportunity? He ran away.
Spring attack.
Nigga, you didn't attack me. Oh yeah, he attacked me more.
After he dodged, after he dodged, he leaped over towards the side. His tongue came out and totally missed you. You saw it coming, but then like he kept running down the fucking.
All right, well, I'm chasing this nigga. Was Mago yet?
No, wait.
Let me know when it's Mago. I'm about to chase this little bitch ass motherfucker. You gonna die today, dog. You ain't gonna be.
I guess I should just add. I mean, there's no enemies by the rest of your characters. I don't know what the rest. What are the rest of you doing?
What?
Can't say anything with
Claudius,
the dog,
Valenum, Zino, Cynthia.
so it's your turn.
Huh?
It's your turn, Claudius.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm already here.
Lewis, what about the other one? Are you moving that away or no?
Oh, I forgot to hold on. I forgot to move the rest of the boys.
Oh, yeah, so that one's going away. I figured you were gonna move the other one, so it wasn't gonna be there. I'm like, I got him, Claudius. Hold on, let me see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, good. I just making sure I can full attack him next time. That's your ass next turn,
I
boy.
don't see from there, right? From where I'm at.
Nah, you can't.
I got very long perception.
My nigga, you see around corners.
Unless he turned a corner somewhere.
Yeah, he did. He's on 2 corners. You gotta go up and to the left.
All right.
I don't see him from there, right, Lewis?
No, whatever you don't see. Yeah.
Stay back, Master Class, Mace Claudius.
You went up or down, or I don't know.
Was it their turn first? Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
By the time you came out the fog, the guy that one was. That's all you see. You're looking down. You see all the pillars to the right. You see the alcoves to the left. You're just looking down this whole long hall, and you don't see anything.
Is this whole
See Metzel.
dead end? Is this whole dead end though?
It's not a dead end. It turns to the right. I just didn't. You don't have line of sight in that area, so I didn't.
That's where I'm at. So it goes to it goes north then.
Yeah.
It's like a dead end here, and a dead end to the south as well. Because I got dark vision 250 feet. I should be able to see everything.
Well, it's low light vision. And I got that too.
I don't got low light vision. I got actual dark vision.
But I have dark vision and low light vision.
Yeah, but yours is only like 60 feet.
Listen, man, don't be worried about how far my sight is.
Basically, whatever's blacked out is nobody's gotten line of sight to that area yet.
Just go on Twitch. You'll see what it is.
All right. Well, in
Shut
that
the
case,
fuck up.
I'm kidding. I didn't do it, Liz. I didn't go on Twitch.
He said just go on Twitch. You can see him.
Claudius stands put until we all group up again and continue. He stays put. He's done.
All right, let's see what I was going
I guess he'll ready in action. If he sees an enemy, he'll shoot a spell.
Let me know when you're ready, Luke. So Metzel's gonna full attack that guy.
Elena reiterates, he goes, remember, this is a rescue mission of sorts. Those souls that they have not been released yet, those souls are the reason why we're here to rescue them. Shackle them.
Yeah, I thought they were
Make sure that whatever clues Liam left behind in this place.
Claudius still around for revenge.
I thought they were dead already. No, Claudius.
I thought it was a search and
destroy. I wouldn't waste my energy on revenge. This is a lot more important than revenge. We can't let them keep those souls. We need to find out clues as to how we're gonna, whatever they've been doing with them.
They haven't been consumed.
Any way we can figure out what they're doing with those souls and bring that to a close while we're here. There's got to be something in this room. And also, we got to be wary of the fact that we are in a temple, which means there could be multiple places in which you'll find these altars. These altars are got to be our top priority if they're going to be, if there's a system set up where there's an altar in every room. I faced one of them while it was pretty far away from the altar, and it was exceedingly easier to defeat rather than the ones that were close to it. We usually systematically take out things one room at a time. No need to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. What's north of us here? Most likely just more pillars.
Lewis, I got a fair check. You feel me? I can do that. Roll 20. Roll see if it's critical.
What? Hold on, Jesus.
Not a critical.
5, 10,
You don't crit on the trip.
20.
How you know I was tripping, nigga? I could have just been out rolling attack.
Because I see a 37, so I know it wasn't fucking.
It was a trip. Oh,
This guy.
Alright, so then we won't count the second attack because I haven't rolled pop bonus.
So it's a trip like your first move. Critical fuck up.
Nope. I didn't have the right bonus.
You're moving to it.
Double my movement would be
You went to
70
the.
feet, that's 35.
You went to the cloud kill and.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. He double moves up there.
Oh, he goes all over.
And then done after that.
Did you set a DC? Seriously?
Hmm?
Hold on. What the fuck? God man, these people in there fucking editing. So apparently, I don't have a DC for.
For what?
That's really weird. Why would they do that?
Let's make up one.
I mean, I guess I'll just have to. I guess DC 30. Fuck it. So you went up there. All right. This Blenheim, with your perception, you notice something about this particular pillar right
So let everybody know telepathically. If we walk up, if we come up north, there's something that looks odd.
So it's still that killer's thing, or no?
And Claudius, I'll need a second opinion on this.
Hold on there.
We'll take our attention. If we perceive something.
Oh, okay. You notice there's there you see two alcoves by this lone pillar up against the wall, and the pillar itself actually appears. At first, you thought the placement of the pillar was obviously there to help hold the roof up of this area, but then you notice that it kind of looks like it's actually protruding from a section of the wall behind it, and you notice stone rollers tucked into its base.
So he turns over to Claudius. He says telepathically, Claudius, your expertise in engineering could definitely come in handy here. What am I looking at? What am I seeing here?
Oh, I see Claudius over there. Okay.
What?
You just moved him over there?
Yeah, one of them with him.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear me, Pachado?
I heard.
Okay.
As long as he looks at it, first he tries to perceive it, make sure it's not radiating any magic since he has arcane sight on. And then he does knowledge and engineering to see if it's just a normal ornament or if it's like a mechanism to probably lead to a secret passageway.
So what you usually notice is that the is that the pillar is actually is protruding from a section of the wall, and the rollers that are tucked into its base are actually there to allow it to roll to the north or south. However, rolling it's going to require a great feat of strength to do so, but it's clearly an entrance to a secret passage behind it.
Besides that, there's no lever or something that he could figure out to move it.
No.
Or
No, you don't see any mechanism that would mechanically push it for you. Or roll it, I should say.
So someone with great strength has to move it. Physical strength.
Yep.
Do they need like a hand or it has to be pushed?
You can push it.
All right. So we'll have the strongest member of our team push it. And if they can't do it, then Claudius will just summon a creature strong enough to do it. Then.
I guess meanwhile, Metzoar with his 20.
We all gotta gather up though before we even try to attempt that to move that in.
Alright, so you tripped, and then you won. Roll to see if you critical fuck up.
Then we'll go another one.
This game has been hilarious today.
That was close. Enough. What happens if you roll 3 critical fuck ups in a row? 1, 1, 1, 1. Is there consequence for
You die.
it?
You somehow get yourself killed.
Spontaneous combustion.
Combustion.
Okay, so that was Trip. That was the greater Trip attack. And that's the vicious stomp. All misses. Damn, you're having a night, aren't you?
Yep, alright, second attack. Hit.
Okay, roll damage. 16 plus 8 plus 10.
This is hilarious. Wait, you sure it missed Lewis since he's not near the altar?
Oh, that's right.
What?
So what was it? 31? No, that missed.
It still missed?
31 missed. But yeah, you don't see that unholy dark energy aura around. The minute they got far enough on that altar, they don't have that on them anymore.
Alright, my next attack.
Wait.
Oh my god, bro. What the fuck? You fucking dump a patch loot that fucking made me not.
8 damage.
I thought I might need some support.
It's ridiculous, man.
That's the first tag. That's the second tag. Third. Your third missed. Alright, so it's plus 22 and plus 15.
22 and 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit.
Yeah, it hit.
Boom.
Yeah, that holy damage is cracking me up every time, boy.
Yeah, I know, right? 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Snake eyes. It's like if you roll like 2d8, you got 2 1 snake eye.
Mm-hmm. She did?
No. Roll your last attack. Plus
15, right?
no, not 15. Plus 17.
Yeah, of course, I would roll that, right? Hit.
Yeah, hit.
He's dead now, right? Or do I have to roll?
No, don't roll. Yeah, he's dead. I didn't know why.
I'll be like, hold on, look one.
All right,
You chase him down, and then you just drag him.
All right, slackers, let's go up.
What's your dark move? Actually, no. You can see
What's my
them.
dog vision? 60 feet.
Actually, I forgot. The place was mostly lit anyway.
So low light vision.
Where were you? You were there? Alright, hold on. Let me mark off. Let me open up all the spots that you can now see.
Yeah, I could look right in that corner. That's fine.
Oh, you moved there? Oh, I didn't know you moved there.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Now open it up. Let me see what's going
on. So right here in the center, where you're at, Metzor, you notice there's more pillars in this direction. Thick pillars supporting the ceiling had dropped from here. So like in this area over here, it was 20 feet. But then like when you move down further, the ceiling started to taper off lower to the ground. So in this area where you're at, it's only 10 feet high. You see 4 alcoves that hold heaps of dust and bone intermingled with shards of painted ceramic. So here are the alcoves right here. See a bunch of ceramic trash. 1, 2, 3, 4. This motherfucker looks at his phone. Fuck you. Where the alcoves there?
Over there. I'm telling you, like, you can't see. That's so funny. That's so funny.
1. All right.
2. I know what
3. All right, you see the 4. All right.
Yes.
Now, where you're standing in the center between those 4 pillars, you see a stone arm. The remains of a shattered statue, perhaps.
Okay.
Rests on the floor. The arm looks human-sized and is broken at the shoulder. And in one of its stony fingers is an iron ring.
So I communicate to Claudius. Claudius, there's a broken statue here with an iron ring. Could be of some importance. Maybe you and Cynthia to come check it out.
All right, so
let me roll knowledge religion. Hold on, maybe I know what it is.
Claudius look out for Latinum. What do you think? Do we check it out or?
Knowledge religion. Hold on. Let me show you what it is. What I get?
I have a sneaking suspicion of what that could be. Most statues, if it was a statue, would not be wearing a ring.
You don't see anything religious about the ring. Like you don't see any markings or anything that would remind you.
So he says, Cynthia, would you be able to come up here with Claudius and decipher what this is? Since the 2 of us, my skills in healing is greater. I'll go and try and decipher whether that's someone who was turned to stone or whether it was a construct simply wearing a ring. And so you and Claudius could stay here so the 2 of you are smarter and figure out what this thing is as far as this contraption is concerned and how to move it.
Hopefully we don't have
Well, Messer could tell that himself. Messer, you can see that it's an actual ring on the stone finger. Like it's not a stone. It's not like a stone ring.
5, 40.
No, I'm not gonna take it off. It's cursed or something. I gotta let the magic guys figure that out.
All right, so eventually we got there. The radiate magic.
Oh yeah, Metsuar, as you like I said, you see this wounded morgue continuing down the hall.
Another one?
There was a bunch. There was like 3 of them that ran. You caught one.
That's what comes with the trip.
Wait, hold on. I didn't even take its turn yet.
Okay.
While you were beating that one up, this one.
Alright, I got you.
This one kept running. When's your turn? Like right at. Okay, it goes right. This one kept running. This one turned the corner. This one, like you saw it, but then you saw it like go like down.
Mm-hmm. You guys decipher the statue. I'm gonna take out these opponents in case.
Claudius, you go over in your arcane sight. The ring has magic on it.
All right, yeah, Claudius, you figure that out.
He'll check to decipher whether the statue, whether the arm used to be alive or whether it's petrified or whether it's just a statue. So I'm assuming a petrified arm would still have petrified arteries.
Go. I was gonna say yeah. Was she go over there herself? I don't see her.
Latinum did.
Like a collection of adventures.
Well, you're not combat. You can take 10. You look it over. Yeah, you can tell that it's a petrified arm.
Yeah. It says this.
It's just the arm or the whole body intact.
Just the arm. And the ring on it, you can roll spellcraft.
Okay.
So when the Latinum confirms, he goes, yes, my suspicions were confirmed. They do have some sort of creature here that can petrify you. I'm assuming that what we're looking at is failed invaders.
It's a basilisk.
Hey, Claudius, can you use your magic to tell me how long ago this person, who turned this person to stone, or how long ago this, that recent occupant thing that you do?
Okay.
Try to figure out whether it was a person that turned this guy or this person into stone, or whether it was a creature that turned into stone.
So Claudius also cast recent occupant rules.
All right, hold on. What'd you get for the spell?
54 for the spell craft.
Oh, geez. Well, you look at it and you're like, it's a ring of evasion.
Mm.
The ring of evasion.
That shit.
Damn, that's a very, very powerful and useful magical item.
I'm already using a ring of evasion, which I enchanted with other magic. Who needs
Let's get the Kai.
Who needs that? Oh yeah, for a rogue, he doesn't have evasion. I understand.
I know Cynthia doesn't have evasion.
So give her that.
There you go.
I think the lady has 2 rings already.
Yeah, I got a ring of evasion already that I've been using, and I put all the magic on it also. What am I wearing? Let me see. I have a ring of evasion, and then I put anticipation on that as well. Yeah. So that's a ring of evasion. Whoever wants to use it is dexterity, whatever. Very good against AoE attacks.
Oh yes. Put that on Cynthia.
Even I got something want to move. Huh.
He does recent occupant as well.
Darren, roll a reflex save.
Yes, sir.
As long as it's too high, he
I
passes.
think it's plus 22 or 21. What would they? That would be plus 21.
I was hoping that was a one so bad it almost went on a run.
No, it almost did, but it not quite. That shit out of here. Nigga, you know who I am. Don't you know who I am?
Yeah, somebody could shoot a bullet behind Messor's back and he could still like dodge it. Like, even
Well, he
All right, so with you constantly fucking moving up ahead,
that's right, son.
you set off a pit trap.
That's what I was just, guys, there's a pit trap here. Watch that. Go ahead. Do your little pit traps. What? Ain't nothing else saying, baby. What? Where the hell did that monster go? Did the nigga just disappear? Or you said he made a left and the nigga was there? He went through a trap door, so
he cast invisibility himself.
Right. My nigga Kal-El does not fall for that.
You set off that red square, that red rectangle was a trip. Looking down, it was about 30. It was a 30-foot drop into massive mechanical whirling blades.
Ooh, nigga would have been blending me up like.
Yeah, it would have been like 3d6 falling damage plus getting cut up for like another 10d8 plus 10 slashing damage.
10 plus 10, whoa.
Every round.
It's okay, I got damage reduction.
Okay, 10.
10d8.
You get on average like 40, 50 points of damage on average every round. At 10.
So yeah, so you sprung the trap, but you avoided it.
He said I needed a 1 to get in there.
Basically, because you're fucking reflex. Man, hi.
It'd have been good to spring this track and throw the morgues in it.
Well, it's good I did that because Valena would have got cut the fuck up in that shit.
No, sir. No. Valena would have got cut up because Valena is lawful neutral and knows not to go ahead of the group.
Claudius
would have let Claudius go up and do his job and realize
there's not a trap that Claudius has been unsuccessful with this whole fucking campaign.
I don't act crazy.
Alright, so what was the discussion about the ring?
I believe Claudius was going to do a recent occupant to find out who turned that person to stone.
That nigga burped like crazy.
How old does the decomposed hand look? Could you guys tell what it will change? Right? Is it like 50 years?
Could I do that?
You do recent occupant, and you got the name. You got a weird name. It was Beckloff, and roll of linguistics.
Okay. That's a skill. I'm gonna look it up.
Plus 17.
Plus what?
17.
Oh, okay.
Wait, more than that. 19 because you're Shackled. I should get that.
Bad situation.
Well, what I did is I didn't add it into his skills because he doesn't always have them on. So I just put a note saying.
During battle mode, like right now.
Yeah, I'll say right now. I put a note above it saying add another 2 to intelligence skills when they are active.
Yeah, he don't. When it's like downtime, whatever, you don't usually have it on. But it's a free action.
Doesn't want to alert everybody. I mean, most common people would be like, "Oh, it's amazing," with fucking.
Right.
It could be like
I'm about to say it'd be kind of hard to.
But he doesn't always encounter normal people. Fucking, somebody will notice. That's a Lumian shit right there. If somebody was an enemy of a Lumian or was too curious, and he doesn't want to have to. Yeah, I know, Chloe. So it's like I don't want to deal with this bullshit. I don't want you bugging me about my race. Just fucking drink something.
And he passes off pretty good as a human.
He'd rather have it turned off than fucking deal with all the symptoms.
Trying to blend in. Martian Manhunters.
Basically, he's a Martian Manhunter.
He lived among humans for like the past 40 years. He's pretty.
Well, longer than that. He was there for 200 years.
He's more human than he is a Lumian when you think about it.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, that is true. He likes to live more as a human life.
He lived more as a human. He adopted more of their ways than his own, I mean, especially his own cabal, man. They're a bunch of backstabbers, man. Come on, Dustwalkers, they're a bunch of rogues, most of them.
So the language was demo done.
Freaking Kai would have loved that cabal, that's for sure. Kai would have fit in pretty well there.
The language was Demodon, bro.
And it was it was a Demodon. It was a Farastu that was.
It was a Demodon?
Apparently, a Farastu had recently gone through this area.
Okay. We're in the right place. That's what we're facing.
Let me see if I have notes on Farastu.
Anyway, what was
I got notes on the Palace Shore Demon.
Who needed the ring? Claudius already has one. Right? Yeah.
So
anybody that wants free evasion, fucking.
Yeah.
Zina already has it.
Cynthia was gonna. I think Cynthia only has one ring.
She go ahead and pick it up, I guess.
Yeah.
She's still waiting. She's going all the way over here.
Yeah, she's close.
What you guys say? Yeah, you go again.
Now I have notes on the Palace Shore Demons and the Yamakar Demons.
Alright,
so when he says that to Cynthia, can Cynthia roll a knowledge planes check to be able to give them some insight on
the Farastu? You guys already know a bunch of shit about them. We fought them before.
I know we have.
They're at the bottom of the fucking totem pole when it comes to Demodons. You guys have before. You fought some pretty tough ones. They were like berserkers.
Oh, okay.
They were. Well, Ferocious already can go into berserk. They already can rage. Is that there was a group of them that you fought that has been battle trained by Gau, one of the Traidrites, who's a fucking powerful barbarian herself. But she ended up training some of the Demodons into being more barbarian, like with barbarian levels. So the reason why those particular Farastu was so fucking tough for your party to deal with originally was because they weren't average. they were being trained by a Highlander barbarian.
Like so if the Farasu are here, there's a good chance that clairvoyance was being used. They could know that, Well, they already know that we're here, but now there's a good chance that he may know our exact position. I remember they had the ability to do clairvoyance at will, but they weren't teleporters. So now that we are regrouped for the most part, what are we going to do about that large pillar that we're trying to roll away?
Oh yeah, as for the area that Darren was trying to continue to walk through, it's a four-way intersection of passages that are illuminated by torches and sconces. So yeah, the area is lit. I mean, it's even more lit now since you guys walked up, but it was originally lit, even if you didn't have it. Like other areas of the dungeon, the walls are adorned with faded murals depicting Yuan-Ti rituals and serpents. The passage here looks like it's collapsed, straight right all the way over here to the left. Looks like it's collapsed. Metzler had set off a pit trap that was there.
Glad I can help, guys.
Cynthia went to grab the ring.
That shit is gonna be like infidels. Dare rob me.
She goes to grab it as she grabs it.
I told you, nigga, I knew it.
These four pillars surrounding you are actually weren't completely made of pure stone. They all four of them smash and smash. All four of them explode, revealing that they were actually made of plaster.
You agreed, son.
Within them, you see debris fly all over the place. Your characters don't get hurt because it's not like a forceful explosion. It was just like it was like all four pillars kind of like crumbled and blew apart, but it wasn't like there's pieces of plaster all over, covering all the floor, debris clouding the air. As it settles, you see standing where each of the pillars used to be. Standing where the pillars used to be. Tall, about 6 feet tall, very lithe and graceful humanoids. That's where the resemblance to humans ends. What you can see is like there's four. All four have like a feminine. They all four have a feminine form, and as they rise up, you could their arms stretch out, and you can see glowing. They all have pairs of bladed gauntlets, glowing with great glowing with lots of magic power. They're wearing mythos chain shirts, and they're also each wearing a buckler. They're as you look at their form, their skin they're either lizard-like or snake-like. Like each one has like a different like reptilian skin to it. One has like lizard-like, others have like small snake scales. Another one has snake scales, but looks more like a python. one more close towards a viper, like a green viper. Another one, black mamba.
Black Mamba.
But what the most telling feature is their hair, their hair is writhing snakes.
What are they, Medusas?
And the eyes, of course, your characters immediately see the eyes. Fucking.
Too late. We're petrified.
You are.
They're glowing starkly, like a stark.
Goggles time, guys. When that time we used to
They're
fight
glowing like a
vampires.
stark red in color, but it's not just a glow. It seems to be like a It seems like a slight humming sound in the air, and like the eyes seem to like crackle, like the glow seems to crackle slightly as well. And they all just have these grim, like, killer instinct faces.
Let Metsuar go first.
Jesus.
And you can see like their bodies are wavering about with like this force aura around them, like these separate auras of force around them. Obviously, like some sort of supernatural, magical.
Y'all think this wasn't so greedy?
Protective, abilities.
It was you, Mensor, that found it.
I left it there. I said, nah, I don't need nothing like that. It could be a trap. I said that.
We were over north. You were like, nah, I want to go.
I guess roll a history.
Roll what?
History.
History?
No, Cynthia has it.
She does, but wouldn't it be...
Claudius isn't even trained in it. She has it.
I got it too.
History? Nah, I don't got that.
I think I got history. Hold on. Knowledge, history, plus 11. Oh, shit.
It was Valdir. I got that shit. Max with Valdir.
Nah, you do have his Darren has history. I forgot that.
Plus 17. What do I know about these things?
He said
plus 17. Does that have to do with the monsters?
You have no clue. You didn't beat the beast.
With the monsters?
No, this has to do with specifically these monsters.
Knowledge, history, 11. Knowledge.
Not the monster. You're talking about the storytelling? That would be for the creature type.
Okay. So then 33.
So you would roll that when you want to know exactly what type of Medusa.
Gotcha.
Like, I would roll that now, actually.
How do we know that's a Medusa?
Roll that now because she can see that they're Medusa, but there's something off about them. So.
Knowledge dungeoneering, that don't count. Dungeoneering, I'm training dungeoneering.
So 15 plus 5 from storytelling is 20, and then for a Medusa, what type of knowledge? Nature. So it's 20 plus 20, so that's a 46 total.
So Tracy knows about Medusas. What? So the Medusa are very hateful, repulsive creatures that obviously are known for petrifying living beings with their gazes. Typically, they prize objects, find jewelry, wealth. Their activities usually revolve around obtaining these. So, the Medusas in Forgotten Realms usually band around and hang around. Their environment are typically in temperate marsh areas, although some can be found in the Underdark, some can be found in forests, etc. And they're usually obviously leading. They're either leading or they're forming, or they're committing activities, criminal activities revolving around a comfortable, not insanely wealthy, but wealthy lifestyle. Basically, pleasing themselves. They're pretty selfish. Some of them do lead, unknown to lead, either organizations or just gangs, really. Either composed of creatures that do their bidding out of fear or respect. They're usually indistinguishable from a normal human at a distance. They often wear garments that enhance their body while hiding its face behind a hood or a veil. They're found in nearly every climate. Some dwell in large cities, becoming active in the criminal underworld to gain their desires. A few have formed robbery rings or organized smuggling cabals. They have a petrifying gaze, so looking at everybody has the little fortitude. 4 times.
Next section.
And they're the snakes that are in their hair. If they manage to bite you, they do. There's a poison that damages your strength in there. However, these Medusa, they're known for having a scaly, earth-colored skin, but it doesn't really have like a resemblance to any particular creature, like a reptile or anything like that. Except for some reason, these Medusa have skin coloring and patterns as if they were reptilian. Considering the region you're in, it would make sense if you want to. I mean, you want to have been known to experiment with new creatures for their own purposes. Since Yuan-Ti are creatures that worship and have a reverence for everything and anything that's reptilian. There's been plenty of stories and evidence and things of them. As part of their experience, they have made some creatures not normally reptilian, but have be infused or be born as reptilian creatures. So clearly, these Medusa must be some sort of Yuan-Ti, either breeding or magical experimentation that brought out a more reptilian side to these Medusa. And in particular, they have a tail, almost like a lizard folk. Medusas normally have tails. Although, from what she can tell, the tails aren't really, at least these particular tails, they're not really used for combat. Just like with lizard folk, they're used more for balance or swimming. There's also something else about them, and she couldn't really pinpoint what it was until the history check came
in. 13 plus 20, so that's 33.
So she's heard of a particular group of Medusa known as the Vrelisipilon sisters. And apparently they've been experimented with the Black Jungle Yuan-Ti tribes to make creatures more closer to the Yuan-Ti race, but without really fully being fully Yuan-Ti. Just more, I guess, more closer, biologically and magically to them. She's heard of for example, she's heard of the Yuan-Ti having what are they called? Scaled ones, where they would experiment on captured humans and use some sort of a unique potion that they've created that can transform people to not just being like a servitor towards the reptilian race of Yuan-Ti, but also being possessing like snake blood. And failures of that experiment have been called brooded ones. They just end up becoming like monstrous creatures, instead of like the scaled ones that the Yuan-Ti originally. Clearly, these from what she knows about the Vrelisipilon sisters, that they were a successful experimentation, and on top of that, they're because Yuan-Ti are also naturally psionic, they had managed to awaken um, psionic power within these 4 Medusa sisters. And they've trained them as extremely lethal assassins. And they would, it's been said that they would be used by the Yuan-Ti to carry out extremely important missions, or extremely important missions, or deeds that would involve all 4 of them to take down a very powerful target very quickly and efficiently. And so yeah, for the story's been told about them for centuries.
Centuries.
So wait a second. Did that
So
have
so it came down to.
Did that have something to do with this temple?
See you guys next week.
Huh?
I'm
Are you about to leave? Oh, I was about to finish up anyway.
Nah,
Does it have to do with this temple?
I gotta be on.
So apparently they were these sisters were they didn't belong to a particular tribe. They ended up being used for the Yuan-Ti race in different tribes for whatever they needed.
Okay.
And she didn't quite understand how. She didn't quite understand the stories of them living for so long. She doesn't recall them having like longevity. So it was either the same for Medusa, or maybe they just kept breeding more whenever, every generation or so. But considering what just happened, she just realized, oh, okay. What they would do is they would because it's clear they don't survive inside plaster pillars, and the plaster pillars are made. She's not a architectural expert. She doesn't know how long ago those pillars were built to store them there. So they had to have been under some sort of magical stasis. And if you combine those 2 facts together, she's come to learn that they were created long ago, but they would be put into stasis mode until they would need her. So either they were needed 50 years later, or if they winter soldiered them pretty much.
Give me ideas on what I could do for Vallejo.
What, Darren?
Listen, these niggas are winter soldiers. Is what they say.
Except now they're jungle soldiers.
Niggas cannot fuck with Mez. I don't know why they try.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck, Lewis. They're not strong enough to take me on.
Okay.
Okay.
She does know that they're like extremely lethal, as in like they would sparingly use them because they didn't want to bring too much attention to them, because if their strength was found out, there would be a lot of big organizations or figureheads or whoever that would want them taken out because of what they're capable of.
I guess we shall see them.
And then that's when you hear from around the corner up to the north, Sithar's voice, and you hear his snake-like laughter echoing down the fucking halls, and he's like, now it's time to have your first real battle. You've come to trespass upon my sanctum. So it is only fitting that the first that you shall face of the Kadrites here will be me. And Metsuwa, since you're standing over there by the pit, you're not in the pit. Why do you keep putting me in the fucking pit?
I didn't move him there. You did, nigga.
I did not move him there. So you got line of sight like over here. What you see, you don't see. You see him. You don't see just him coming down. You can hear something massive and large coming down from that direction.
They have a cave troll.
They have a cage.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go help y'all take care of those fucking 4 people first.
No, my library. How about that? How about you look for shit from my library? Did I not upload it? I know I uploaded it. Are you fucking kidding me? Alright, well, I'll just describe it. I'll put them on the map next time. I thought I had it uploaded because I had it uploaded. What you see is see not one but two huge. I mean huge. Like they take up the fucking almost the entire fucking hole.
Goddamn.
Delicately crystal snakes with unfurled cobras hoods around their heads and brilliant flashes of colorful energy that pulse inside its translucent body. There's two of them, and Sithar is riding upon one of them as he comes down the hole. Yeah, I know I uploaded it. I just don't know. I thought I uploaded it. Is it in my files? It is in my files. I just for some reason didn't upload it. Space. 15. Okay. Here. Now I need one picture. There.
Damn, so niggas go on Snake Way right now.
Yeah, showed up with Manda and fucking Orochimaru.
He said he got Manda.
Manda-sama!
There you go. I'm gonna stop.
Orochimaru.
Orochimaru.